to finally go live. There we go. Sup, ladies and gentlemen, Akalon here, and welcome back to each one of you. And of course, if you are new to the channel, please remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, but most importantly, click the link in the description down below. Come join the conversation live. It is always better when it's live. Always. Without a doubt. Mr. Smokin', how you doing, brother? King of the Mountain, you absolutely are. You've been first now for about 2 weeks. You've been here before anyone fucking else. And it's great. Omi, how you doing, brother? By the way, Omi, you're the CPA, right? Sorry, my mind is fucking mush. I did not sleep well. In fact, I slept horrible. I think that's okay. Omi, can you DM me on Discord, please? I'd like to ask you a couple of questions, and maybe find out about this tax treaty between the US and South Africa. See if I can do something, because according to my country, I just spoke to my fucking accountant. They can't do anything. So the only way I can avoid double taxation is if I leave South Africa for 183 days every year. Clockwork Angel, how you doing? Makoto, how you doing? I have to be out of the country for 183 days in order to avoid taxation, double taxation, which is fucking stupid. Where am I gonna go? Like chill on a boat just outside of international waters? So yeah, I'd like to know. Trickstar, how you doing, brother? I also don't know if my accountant is up for this. Shay, how you doing? I don't think my accountant is up to this. Like I think what I do is so far out of the realm of anything that they know that they just don't have a clue. Oh my god, double taxation is killing me, bro. You realize I paid so I earn on YouTube, I earned last month $2,300 US, right? That was my earnings. I this morning finished the payment, which I paid $1,159 in tax on $2,100 and I think $32 payout. That is fucking stupid. That is incredibly stupid. That's like the highest tax bracket I've ever seen in my life. Sure, let me look into things and get them straight. But you should be able to get most of what you pay to the US back. But how do I get it back? See, that's the problem. I don't know how I would get it back. Like, who the fuck do I contact to go, hey, excuse me, I'm paying taxes, but I get nothing in return for them. Could you help, please? I do apologize, guys, if I sound very tired. I am very tired. These polls that I took last night, for those of you that were here last night during the stream, I had an allergic reaction, so I had to take some medication. They don't let you sleep well. You have terrible sleep, like terrible fucking night's sleep. File a US tax return. Where the fuck do I file that? I genuinely don't know where I'm filing that. Plus, this is brand new. YouTube just recently, according to some chapter 3 shit. Hold up, I'll tell you now. Something chapter 3. I'm looking for it now. Hold on. Just signing into AdSense here. Alright, here we go. So it says here. Okay, US Chapter 3 tax withholding. That's the shit that I paid. US Chapter 3 tax withholding. Whatever the fuck that means. Anyways, how's everyone doing? Welcome to the stream, everyone. How you guys doing? What's everyone up to? That's what I know how to do. That is what I know how to do. So I could file a tax return through you. The Grey, thank you for seeing something. Really appreciate that. 7 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Grey, how you doing, brother? I have an interesting conversation or an interesting topic to discuss today. I have to go out and the evil mosquitoes and weed. Wait, why? Why do you have to go out? Like, what? Who's forcing you, Shay? Crafting in Final Fantasy 14. Salt nodes appear at 12 p.m. game time, being outsmarted by seasoning. Wait, they only appear then? Job for neighbors who aren't here. Oh shit! Oh, you made the mistake of befriending your neighbors. You see, I've not done that. I don't know a single person that lives in my area. See, if you become friends with your neighbors, they expect shit from you. Like, oh, you know, can you look after our lawn? We're going away for 2 weeks. And it's like, yeah, sure, I'll fucking do it. I don't even want to look after my own lawn, but I'll look after yours. So if you don't make friends with them, they don't ask you shit. I had a miserable night as well, so don't feel bad, Echo. It was so hot here last night. My balls sweat, that ball sweat. Luckily I don't feel the heat, right? Because I have an air conditioner, so that fucking helps. Alamegan ones do, and I need them for a crafting quest. So that's the only time they spawn. They don't spawn any other time of the day. Now I'm trying to get out of this mindset, but fuck me. Tired, dude. Jerry Carver, how you doing? He sounds like an innocent suspect, then shredding evidence. Yep. I've seen some bad takes on that though. Like I've genuinely seen some horrible takes on that. We'll get into it, but there are some takes that just it doesn't make sense, right? So there's people that saying, oh, just Blizzard would take the fine for shredding evidence rather than let people see the horrible shit that's in those reports. And it doesn't actually have to be like that, right? It could just be a case of Blizzard deciding there's so many of these reports that, you know, we don't want all of these reports to go through. So it could just be a bunch of small reports, but because it's like thousands of them, they don't want the government to see the extent to which this has happened. But I think everyone at this point, like no one believes that HR was doing their job, right? I don't think there's a single person that believes the HR was doing their job. At least I think you're a moron if you believe that. Faldred, how you doing, brother? I think if you think that HR was doing the job that they were supposed to do, and also I see a lot of people not knowing what HR is supposed to do, right? I see a lot of people thinking HR, the only job that HR has is to protect a company, which really isn't true. Only a dumb crook would leave evidence lying around. If I was a criminal or greedy company, would I leave a paper trail? No, probably not. Oh, Akko, when Alpaco was carrying on about the Titans being the first ones, I had a lore thought, okay? What if the first ones fractures themselves into the pantheons? So say our garrisons of all are two pieces of one of the 6-7 first ones. Azar, Elune, Einar, and the Winter Queen. It's entirely possible, right? It's entirely possible that it is the fragments of them that shattered, and this is where the Titans were born. I have no problem with that. But this would go to the original war. So the Ocean of Light that the Titans were referring to, that's the that was the original war was between the the other and then our first ones, and the other was winning. And so what the first ones did is they exploded, that way pushing the others out and creating this universe, maybe ultimately for them to be reborn. Can't be saved. Well, we'll talk about that. I suspect there might be many people who don't think that it can be saved. Like, how many people here think that WoW is in dire straits to the point where it's probably not salvageable? Based on what? Like, based on what? What makes you think that it cannot be saved whatsoever? Can be saved, but it needs drastic changes. Heckle, Tabby Theory, how you doing, brother? Minion, how you doing? The fact that Ian is still in charge. All right, that's an interesting take. That's an interesting perspective to go by. So in other words, it's not that WoW itself cannot be saved. It's more that the team cannot save it. That's definitely something I can get behind. That's a theory that we can work on. Oh my fuck, this coffee is heavenly, bro. Oh. It fills me with all the right kind of feelings, man. Malfrax, how you doing, bro? It'd be like trying to salvage Game of Thrones Season 8 with the same showrunners in place. Blizzard lacks the balls to do a big WoW reset or revamp. They can't just patch it up. They need a revamp. The lore opened up too wide. Bobby Kotick and Activision can't stop pouring fuel on the dumpster fire. If they fix Story in 10, they have a chance, but one more expansion that is bad, it will die. I don't even know if one expansion is going to fix it, Garion, but that is an interesting thought. You guys know how it works. We hang out for a bit, and then we get into the discussion about half an hour or so into the stream. I'm just waiting for everyone to sort of filter in. That way, people don't arrive late and then go, wait, did I miss the discussion? It's like, yeah, bro, you missed the fucking discussion. We're done now. I was like, oh, I was hoping to join in. So yeah, we're just waiting for people to come back. Don't think they'll be given the time and resources required to pull it out of the shit by the bean counters. It depends how much power we think the bean counters have, right? Like, how much power do we actually think the bean counters have here? Do we think that the bean counters really care about shit like this? Or do we think that the bean counters just want money? And so they don't really care what Ian and the team does as long as it makes money. Tabby, I do like that idea. Can be saved as long as it's in full development with the company putting money into it. To Activision, it will waste more money to fix the game. They could just keep selling the 6-month store mount. I've missed lore stuff a while back. Glad I got it in time now. It's Jackery, how you doing, brother? Wild Boy, how you doing? In corporate America, the bean counters word is law. Diablo 4 is Blizz's last chance with me. And most Blizz fans already left. They need Diablo 4 to win awards if they want to stop the damage. The problem is, Diablo 4 isn't going to make up for a bad WoW. Because there's a lot of players who play WoW that do not play Diablo. So it's not going to make the WoW players happy. At least I don't think so. I'd be well fucking surprised if it does. I'm waiting for this video to fucking process, and it's not processing. This is super annoying. Motherfucker, are you serious? More character customization, solo Init expansions are two tiny signs. They might be starting to listen. So I don't think that those are, in my opinion, signs of them listening, right? And the reason I don't think so is because in order to listen, so it's not enough to say that Blizzard needs to start listening to their player base, right? That like you've lost some weight. Storm Rage, thank you for the 20, dude. Really appreciate that.
For one of my favorite creators, Greenheart, keep going strong.
Thank you very much, Storm Rage. Really appreciate that, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So here's the thing, right? In order to listen to the player base, you have to understand the player base, right? It doesn't matter that you listen, right? I can listen to someone, but if I don't understand exactly what they're telling me, then I'm never going to be able to interpret what they're telling me correctly. So we have to first ask the question. So, for example, the new customizations that came out. I think everyone agrees this is a good change, right? People want more customization options, better, right? It's more better to have more character customization options, right? No problem. The fact that island expeditions are being brought back, that's another thing. It's something for casuals to do. It's something that casuals actually enjoyed doing once Blizzard removed all of the AP that came from island expeditions and no longer funneled like high-level players and mythic players into island expeditions. It was actually pretty cool, and most people didn't mind it whatsoever. But now the question becomes, what does Blizzard do? Is this knee-jerk reactions? In other words, oh my god, let's give them something. Or do they actually understand why players want those things, right? Because that's the fundamental connection. Do you understand why players are asking for these things? Because if you don't understand why, you may as well just not fucking do it, because you're gonna screw up again, because you don't understand why the players want these things. Julo, how you doing? And that's where I think Blizzard fundamentally right now fails, is on the why, right? Why do players want things like Island Expeditions back? Why do players want things like the farm back? Why do players want things like a proper housing system? Carlos, thank you for the follow, dude. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Although you've been here for a long time, but still, thank you. And I don't know if Blizzard understands the why. That's sort of my biggest fear right now, is I don't think Blizzard understands the why. I think they understand that, oh, players are asking for the shit. These were cool shit, so maybe we'll bring it back. But you see, we're not just talking about bringing it back, because the real issue is Blizzard have a lot of things that they can bring back, but it's also finite, right? Like, there's only so many times you can bring old systems back before you run out of old systems to bring back. And then you have to come up with new systems. Now, if you don't understand why the player base wants these old systems back, your new systems will continue to make the same mistakes over and over again. And this is, I think, evident. It's evident that Blizzard doesn't understand their player base. If you look at Legion, BFA, and Shadowlands, everything the players had a problem with in Legion was literally repeated in BFA. Everything the players had a problem with in BFA was literally repeated one for one in Shadowlands. In other words, Blizzard doesn't understand why the players don't like certain things. They don't get it. Doesn't make sense to them. And then, of course, we get to the ultimate fuck you, where Blizzard said domination sockets is like tier sets, right? Now, as soon as you have someone like that, right? As soon as you have someone that sort of goes, why are people hating this? It's like tier sets. Then it's like, well, but it really fucking isn't like tier sets, right? It really isn't. What are you talking about? How is this like tier sets? And this is, I think, where Blizzard fundamentally fails. They do not understand their player base anymore. So, Ascension, I have a problem fundamentally with the narrative big business, right? Because, okay, so ask yourself this. In a business, in a company, what is the most important ingredient for success in a company? A genuine question to everyone in chat. What is the most important element of every single big corporation? Revenue, sales, okay, but go deeper. Money, go deeper. Customer satisfaction, go deeper. It boils down to a single word. Boils down to a single word. Customers. Profit, revenue, sales, customer satisfaction, perception. All of this comes from customers. Without customers, you have zero profit, zero revenues, zero sales, right? Doesn't matter how good your product is. If you physically don't have customers willing to buy it, stock price also is affected by customers. You can be the greatest company in the world. If you have physically no one buying your product, your stock price is going to fail. Your stock price will eventually crash and burn. Now, I want people to be very careful here. You cannot look at the current situation as things stand and say, well, that's not true, because look at something like Tesla, right? Tesla is completely overvalued. Tesla does not have the customers to back up the stock price that it has right now, but that is because we are currently in a mania situation. What economists refer to as mania, right? This is usually right before a crash. You saw the exact same thing in 2006, 2007, and in 2008, the housing market crashed, right? Usually before the biggest crashes, you have this mania going on, right? Where people just buy. And thanks to the government, the drunk Uncle Sam printing money as if it's going out of fashion, people are stuck with more money than they've ever had in their entire lives. You have working people getting an extra $2,000 every month from the government, or every other month from the government, or whatever. Where does that money go? Well, they buy stocks. The problem is that they're willing to buy stupid stocks because there's fucking money. And why aren't you buying? Just buy any stock. See if it will fucking 10x, right? So it's gonna come crashing down. When the market works perfectly, if you don't have the customers that's willing to buy your product, your company will eventually crash and burn. This is just facts. Your company will eventually crash and burn. So the idea behind, not saying Tesla isn't an awesome company. Tesla is an amazing company, but it's completely overvalued. Tesla's sales does not relate to its stock price, not whatsoever. Tesla, in terms of a car company, is doing very poorly in sales. Their cars are completely overpriced, and not because they're overpricing it. The technology that goes into their cars is just very expensive. So the vast majority of people can't afford to buy a Tesla, and those who can afford to buy a Tesla, isn't that many. So you're stuck with this thing of, oh my God, I think their sales are abysmal, by the way. Their sales are like not even ranked on the leaderboard of top car companies, and yet their stock price is like fucking $600 last time I checked. This was a while ago. I don't know what it is now, but it's probably still quite fucking high. Where the real value of Tesla stock is actually priced somewhere around, I think, $150 to $200 a stock. That's like the real value of a stock. So currently there's mania, there's a bubble, people are buying. So the current stock price really doesn't have anything to do with the amount of people that you have, right? Like customers that you have. No one gives a shit. Everyone's just buying stock because why not? But in a proper system, where the system functions and the government isn't just printing money and giving it away for free, well, not really for free. Everyone is going to end up paying for it. But for now, it seems like it's free until, of course, inflation hits and you walk in and your actual, like, just buying toilet paper is 30 times more expensive. That's when you realize, shit, okay, the government fucked me here. But so at the end of the day, you cannot just make the argument, wow, this is just big business. This is how big business operates and functions. It shouldn't be. Because at the end of the day, your customer is the most important person in the company. You lose your customers, you automatically lose everything else. Because there's no sales if no one is there to buy it. There's no revenue if no one is there to buy it. And a company cannot just exist on the number of fucking people that have stocks in it, right? Because then you literally have a bubble. That's where every bubble comes from. It's when the underlying asset is completely and utterly fucking overpriced. Trickstar, by the way, hyperinflation tends to destroy even the rich. Even the ultra rich can get destroyed. You've seen this with almost every market crash. Usually in a market crash, some ultra rich lose everything, and they go straight to the bottom, where right after that, new people start coming into the market, and there's new billionaires that's born, right? These are the people that saw a gap, and they filled the gap. But yes, you are right. Hyperinflation is going to hit the poor and the middle class harder than anyone else, right? But yeah, I don't like the argument that this is just big business. This is not how big business should work. Big business should care about their customers first and foremost, because without customers, there's nothing else. There's no stock price. There's nothing. Next iteration will be a bang. I expect massive lore reveals of Azeroth, Elune, Void Lords, etc. Capes, artifacts, customization, spells, aesthetics, pretty much everything. It's genuinely Blizzard's last chance. Nitero, I think so too. I think they're going to throw everything and the kitchen sink at this problem. So it depends how creative we think the rich is, right? Because here's the other problem that you have in an economy that the world is currently in, this corporatist system, right? Almost every big company right now in the world is protected by the government, right? All governments have these lists of companies that's too big to fail, which effectively means do whatever the fuck you want, we'll bail you out should problems arise. So what then happens is most of your creative people start leaving the company because they don't want to do just the same shit. They want to start something new. They want to reinvent stuff. So when the implosion finally happens, there's nothing left, right? There is just nothing left. There's no one in the company left that can actually save the company, because all the talented people left. They started other companies. Max Grinch, how you doing, bro? Booing American government will never let them fail. Or ExxonMobil. Boeing, sorry. So here's the funny thing about that, Wild Boy. If I'm correct, and if most of the economists are correct, and there's a massive crash coming, not even the US government will have the money to bail out these companies, because the US government will be bankrupt. I mean, the US current deficit spending is something like 40%, right? Or it's something like $5 trillion, I think, that the US government is in deficit spending, right? So they're spending more than what they're earning. So the US government is effectively already bankrupt. It's literally now that lawyer that once lived the high life that's now just maxing out credit cards left, right, and center, right? So by the time this crash happens, it's over. It's done. It's a good game. Thanks for playing. We physically don't have the money to bail anyone out because the money is worthless. This is going to happen. Eventually, it is going to happen. Where previously you could buy something with $1, you're now going to need $100, because that same thing is going to be $100. And at that point, it doesn't matter that the government, because if the government tries to bail out these companies, it means that they're going to have to print more money. Printing more money is going to mean that now $100 is worth $1,000, right? So they physically get caught in a death spiral, and then it's all over. I'm fine. What about you, man? I have no complaints, Max Cringe. Thank you much for asking. Good morning, afternoon, everyone. Nimsil, how you doing? Or Nimsi, how you doing? I'm doing very well, thank you. Just uploading a video quickly. But no, I think that I think that we're gonna get. So this is the fun thing about markets that most people don't like. The amazing thing about the free market, and I know there's a lot of people that don't believe in the free market, and that's fine. Right? But the nice thing about the free market is it does not like being sick, right? It sorts itself out. Right now, the markets are sick. The markets have a cold. The markets have COVID. And the markets aren't getting fixed. The thing with free markets is they eventually fix themselves. They eventually step in and fix themselves. How do they fix themselves? By crashing. That's what happens. They crash. And once they crash, everyone suffers, but the market is trying to fix itself. The market is trying to heal itself. So as long as you let it heal itself, yes, it's going to be very hard for a long time, but it will eventually come out better on the other side. The problem is that in the 2008 crash, what happened? The government just spent more money into the market, right? The government just spent more money into the market to try and fix the problem. The issue with spending more money into the market was that you're basically giving it more of the virus that it led to the sickness in the first place. You're not giving it the cure. The cure is for it to fucking crash. The cure is for it to fucking crash. It has to crash. It doesn't have a choice. It needs to crash because there's too many people spending too much money on shit. And the market doesn't want that. China crash, it just doesn't it's in, but China's cheaper. It doesn't at the moment. I mean, China has its own problems. For anyone that thinks China is not going to survive the next crash. China already have some incredible problems. I was watching this video on Economics Explained talking about the housing market in China. So the Chinese housing market is a multi-trillion-dollar bubble, right? A bubble that the government currently carries. The issue that China is facing right now is that the vast majority of the people in China have had enough. So the people that live in China currently, they are busy rising up against the government slowly but surely. China is facing its own real issues. So I personally wouldn't worry too much about China. China will crash, especially if the US crashes, everyone crashes. No one should think, oh, well, I'm not in the US, who gives a shit? All of the fiat currencies in the world is in the same boat. Every single one of the fiat currencies is in the same boat. Why? Because every fiat currency today is tied to the US dollar. Every one of them. The euro, the pound, the rand, the Australian dollar, the Canadian dollar, even the Chinese, is it the yuan? I think it's the yuan. The yuan or some shit like that, whatever it's called. It's all tied to the dollar. The dollar crashes, everything crashes. Just boom, it's all gone. All of these currencies crash with it, insta. It's not even a fucking discussion here. That's how it was set up, and that's how it's going to fucking stay. Mika Spider, how you doing? Good morning to you. I just want to see her. I just uploaded. Alright, this video can be deleted. Okay. Need to fall back onto the gold standard. I would be in favor of the gold standard, yes. How you doing, bro? I would be well in favor of the gold standard, but the government of the world isn't gonna go into the government of the world isn't gonna go into the gold standard. So the future I envision, that's far more likely, that most governments currently are fighting their asses off to stop from happening, is a future where Bitcoin, or cryptocurrencies rather, become the future. Because the next crash is going to shatter people's belief in the system. People are finally going to realize that central banks is the enemy. If governments are the enemy of the people, central banks are the enemy of the world, right? Central banks are an absolute plague on humanity. And they should be fucking stopped. They should be resisted at all costs. I was watching this video on the history of the Second World War, right? Do you know when the rest of the world decided it was time to go to war against Hitler? Does any of you know? No. for the longest time, Hitler was doing all sorts of crap that the rest of the world really didn't fucking like, and no one was really doing anything. Everyone was just sort of, who cares? America specifically was not interested in getting involved. America didn't want to get involved. And then Hitler announced that they're going off of the central bank system. Hitler announced the Deutsche Bank, right? And they started basically printing their own money against their own system, right? So they don't print their money against the dollar. They don't print their money against anything. They just print their money for themselves. And suddenly, every single one of the bankers in New York, in Wall Street, were pro-war. Suddenly, now it's time to go to war. Yeah. I mean, it was good that they were finally willing to go to war with Hitler. It's a little bit sad, though, that the millions of people that he was killing and the bullshit that he was doing wasn't enough to convince them. But once he decided to go against the central banks, now suddenly, let's go to war. It's time to it's go time. That's the sad part of it, right? Is, kill as many people as you want, bro. We won't get involved. Just don't touch our money. As soon as you touch our money, now it's go time. Okay, so the other countries had to get involved because they were in the line of fire, right? So they didn't really have a choice, Jetlag. If you were on the European continent, you couldn't wait for the central banks to kind of go, right? Because, well, you were going to get involved either way, right? Even if you didn't want to, you were going to get involved eventually. So the other countries didn't really have a choice. America's choice was made for it when the central banks decided, let's go. And then America just needed something to start the war effort. And then Pearl Harbor happened. And suddenly, it was wartime. What link is this? You think food is going to be the new standard? I don't think so. Mr. Rene, how's things? Robotic Unicorn, how you doing, brother? I don't think food is going to be the new standard. Brisket is good. Don't get me wrong. Brisket is very good. And that looks like a beautiful brisket. But it's still not going to be the fucking new standard. I do believe that crypto is probably going to win out in the end. I think the new... I think the next monetary system is going to be crypto. Crypto still has a long way to go, and there's still a lot that crypto have to get right. But at the end of the day, I do think that crypto is going to become the next monetary standard. You already have cryptos like, for example, ADA, that is making incredible inroads into becoming a monetary system and allowing for other monetary systems to exist on their network. So... it's pretty fucking valuable at the moment. True. Not bad. My birthday after midnight here. Nice, Robotic. Let me know in a half an hour again so we can say happy birthday to you. Limited in the same way currencies are. I personally, so the monetary system that I would be in favor of, that I would love to have, is a monetary system that is immune to tampering, right? And by that I mean it should be a monetary system that purely reacts on price, supply and demand, right? It should not be a monetary system that is limited in any way, shape, or form, or that is unlimited. So you get people like the central banks that can just decide the price, right? Or the amount. That I don't think is good. Mr. Vaughn, how you doing, bro? I mean, I've already... Let me just quickly check again here, if it's changed at all. But I've already been... So I've been in crypto for a while, just to be clear. So don't take my word for anything here. I've I've been a massive fan of crypto for a long time. I've got Cardano, which is doing really well, and I'm expecting another boom fairly soon with Cardano. I've got World Token. I've got a bunch of cryptos: Ethereum, VeChain, Zilliqa, Digibyte. So I'm all in on the crypto. I've got Ripple, and then I've got a bunch of smaller stupid coins. Next big is next year is 50. Jesus, CDJ. Nice, the big 50. Tabby, just buy now? Acting with the protocols that the coins are based on, or are you just speculating and holding them? Okay, so I do not buy and sell. I am one of those hodlers. I buy and keep. I never buy and sell. The only crypto or two cryptos that I hold that will be sold eventually is Tron, because it's just it's a shitty coin. I think it's going to 10x probably during the next big boom market, like the next bull market. It'll probably like 10x before it crashes again, and then I'll sell it once it's like really fucking x'd. I'll sell that, and I hold some Ripple, which is also going to be dropped as soon as that shit fucking picks up. But for the most part, I just hold. I don't sell ever. Off topic, but have you tried Baldur's Gate 3 Echo? Jetlag, I have. I am waiting for it to fully launch though before we play that. Avex, I'll check it out. I don't know anything about Avex, but I will definitely check it out. But yeah, we're gonna be playing Baldur's Gate. There's a couple of games that I also want to play eventually, once I satisfy my craving for Final Fantasy. On crypto, I hodl. I do the hodl thing because I think that's the only way to play with crypto. I don't like the whole speculation thing of buying and selling, trying to get ahead. Just hold that shit. Just buy and hold. I'll go stakes and has a limited amount. Ada stakes as well. Let me see where to begin. Let me help you with that. Let me help you with where to begin. Once you get into it, you'll see that this is definitely not the only person that you should be listening to, but it's a good place to start. It is a good fucking place to start. That channel. Nyloves, how you doing? I use a bunch. I prefer to buy on DeFi networks, or at least any sort of exchange that isn't regulated. So decentralized exchanges are usually where I buy a lot of my coins, and then I move it to my wallets. But I'll use Binance. I have another one here that I use quite often, which is Altcoin Trader, which is a South African-based one. I have my wallet from where I buy as well. So it really, like, there's no one place to buy it, because not all cryptocurrencies are on all exchanges either. You pay tax now, Coinbase, unpopular opinion, but that's my recommend. We can't use Coinbase, so, nothing I can do. Thanks, I'll definitely check it out. It's very interesting, and this guy is very good. He knows what he's fucking talking about. But yeah, get yourself a wallet. If there's one thing I can tell everyone here, if you're gonna buy crypto, get yourself a fucking wallet. For the love of God, do not keep your crypto on the exchange. Jesus, do not keep it. Hardware wallets are good. It's the best you have. But if you can't afford it right now, or you don't want to get a hardware wallet, there are some software wallets, specifically mobile wallets, that's very good. Like, very, very good. Just always remember to save your token. Like, save your token. So write that shit down and keep it in a safe. Because if you lose that token, it's fucking over, right? You can't get it back because they don't hold any of your documentation. So if your wallet gets hacked and someone steals your shit or takes over your wallet, you can never get it back. If you forget the token, you can never get it back. So I literally have a file where every single token is written down and it's kept in my safe, right? Like literally every single fucking thing. And I'm actually moving that shit at the end of the month. I'm moving it to a bank deposit, like a safety deposit box at the bank. I'm taking that file and I'm putting it in a safety deposit box, just to make sure it's not in my purse and it's not in my house. I need to go to the bank to get that shit. And yeah, this is one of the reasons I love crypto so much. It is the Wild West. Steven is absolutely correct there. It's the Wild West. No one can get your money back. Once it's stolen, it's gone, right? You are responsible for your own money. Every single person needs to take personal responsibility. This is what makes crypto so amazing. It's all about personal. There's no safety built into it. You are your own safety. If you're gonna be stupid about it, you're gonna lose fucking money. That's just how it is. It's currently estimated that 30% of all Bitcoin in existence is gone forever, because people lost their wallet keys, they lost their passwords. That crypto will just never be they'll never be able to get it back. Radner, how you doing, brother? Frisky, how you doing? Can you imagine being one of those people? You bought Bitcoin when it was like 1 cent or 10 cents a Bitcoin. Maybe you bought like 200, 300, 400 Bitcoin, and now you've lost the fucking wallet. Like, you've lost your password to the wallet. Can you imagine how fucking angry you are now? Because you'd have been a fucking millionaire, right? You'd have been a millionaire, and you're not, because, yeah, it's gone. It is hard to learn, but luckily there's a bunch of really cool websites on YouTube. Just never listen to random people on YouTube telling you to buy a certain type of cryptocurrency. It's one of the reasons I love the guy, this Coin Bureau so much. He breaks down all of the different cryptocurrencies, but he also tells you the fundamentals of those coins. He explains to you, is this a good coin? Isn't this a good coin? And then he leaves the decision up to you. A lot of the YouTube channels that's going to tell you to buy Ripple, for example, they're telling you to buy Ripple because they have Ripple. So they want more people to buy Ripple. That way, Ripple's price go up and they can drop it again. Oh, BitBoy is fucking horrendous. Yes, please do not listen to BitBoy. The Insane God, how you doing, brother? Thank you for the Prime stuff. Really appreciate that. 5 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Days go faster with you around. Appreciate it, bro. The Insane God, it's my absolute pleasure. I mined a little BTC when it was like $7 a coin. Stopped mining for a bit and forgot about my pool site. Went back after a few years to find it when BTC hit 20k, and I accidentally locked my BTC address from the pool, and so it's lost. Luckily, it was only maybe 1k worth, but still, I was pissed. I can fucking imagine. I am quite convinced that ADA is going to be the next Ethereum. I am hodling for dear life on ADA, bro. I am hodling for dear life on ADA. Because ADA is going to explode. The amount of shit that they're going to do, and the amount of shit that they're busy doing, and what I love most is that everything that is on ADA, is peer-reviewed. So they don't release anything. It's like a scientific cryptocurrency. It's very similar to Elrond in that regard. Smart contracts haven't released yet, you're right, but I think the price is reacting because people believe that it's coming. Because they know it is coming, right? It's coming, I think, in this month or next month. That smart contracts will be released on ADA. And that's what people are waiting for, right? So the price is reacting because people know it's coming. And I think when smart contracts are released on ADA, ADA's price is just gonna fucking blow. Stay away from stock scripts. I know nothing, and I won't jump into a pool without knowledge. That's my safety budget. Fair. I would say just take like 10% of your monthly earnings and drop it into ADA or Ethereum, something like that. Details, yes. I think right now, as things stand, I think there's 4 cryptocurrencies that can do extremely well into the future. I think that's Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin's fundamentals aren't that great anymore, because it's so slow and so overpriced. So we'll have to see what Bitcoin can come up with and how they could change their ways. But Bitcoin will probably always be a store of value, and therefore Bitcoin will always be around. Ethereum, especially when the Ethereum 2.0 comes out. ADA, I think ADA is going to do absolutely fucking balls to the wall. And then it could be Elrond, but it could also be something like World Token. World Token could take off as well, because it's one of those markets. It is my personal views. Please do not fucking look at this and go, oh my god, I should buy some stuff. Akalon said to buy some stuff. No, don't listen to me. Listen to yourself. Do your own fucking, do your own work. Find your own analysis and then jump on that shit. Monero could do well as well. Just looking through it now. Yeah, no, I don't really like any of the others that I see. Not as much. What about the WoW token? Little JK. I see almost every game in the future. There's already NFT games out there, right? There's a new NFT MMO that's coming out next year where you can physically, the money that you earn is crypto. So the reason Dogecoin isn't supposed to ever skyrocket is they're looking for Dogecoin to become a new currency that can buy and sell stuff, right? That's what they're looking for. They're looking for a currency that can buy and sell stuff. The issue with if Dogecoin explodes, people aren't going to be able to buy and sell stuff. So, yeah, Dogecoin should not explode. I have Shiba. CKO. I did not buy Shiba, just to be clear. I got given 40,000 Shiba just for free. They just handed it to me. So I have Shiba. I've not even looked into it. Like I have no idea what the fundamentals of Shiba is. Just know that I have 40,000 of it. Mentioned already that if he manages to make his Mars transactions reality, it will be due Dogecoin only. Sure, but still, it will not be able, like, it shouldn't be able to explode to the same price point as Bitcoin, for example, because at that point it's too expensive for anyone to use it, right? So it'll have to go to like equivalent of $1, say, for example. Also, don't listen to Elon Musk too much, right? Don't listen to Elon Musk too much. He is trolling everyone. He loves trolling people. He loves trolling people and he loves memeing with Dogecoin. And I see the markets react every single time he does. But Dogecoin have some... Like, it is one of the worst coins in the world. Like, if you look at the fundamentals of Dogecoin, it is so fucking horrible, dude. It is such a bad coin. It does literally nothing. There's no smart contracts. There's no real store of value to them. It's literally just a coin that goes up and down based on how the market feels, which is never a good coin, right? Gamers don't think crypto, so I ain't got money to waste on it. Mr. Smokin', they will. So there's a new There's a new crypto that's also starting up. I own that as well. Princess Melina, how you doing? Trying to remember which crypto was that. I own World, and I own this other one as well. Fuck, no, I can't remember. But it is looking to set up the first ever decentralized stock exchange. So a place where you can physically buy stocks on this exchange. And it's also looking to set up the first ever real estate, right? Decentralized real estate market in the world. That coin could literally mean... So I was watching this documentary by a futurist, like a technologist. This is a philosopher that works on futures. That said that the future of housing is going to change fundamentally within the next, let's say, decade, 2 decades. Housing is going to become tokenized. Does anyone in chat know what that means? All right, so tokenized housing. Let's imagine the house that you live in right now. Yeah, the house that you live in right now is a, it's a property, right? And that property can be sold, so exchanged. It can exchange hands through the selling of it. Right now, that happens through a bank, right? So I go to my bank. I tell my bank I want to buy this property. I buy this property from your bank. My bank pays off the debt that you owe your bank, and I get the house. Right now, I own the debt. Now, a tokenized housing system is, instead of having to go through the bank, your house sits as a token on a decentralized market, which anyone can buy or sell if you want to sell it. So you own the token to your house, the crypto coin to your house. It's your coin. It's your house. You can sell that coin to anyone at any time, and if they own the coin, it's their house. But you can go even further than that. So let's imagine that you own a house and you say, well, I want my house to be represented by, say, 30 coins. So rather than it just being one coin, my house is worth 30 coins. So what this means is maybe you rent the house. So you go to the landlord and you say, right, I want to buy 10 of those NFTs. I want 10 of the coins for this house, which means you are physically now a co-owner of the house that you rent. You're a co-owner. You own 10 shares effectively in this house. This house is worth 30 shares. You own 10 of those shares. So this is technically your house, right? And it's going to appreciate and depreciate as the markets grow. So you buy 10 maybe for $100, but in 5 years or 10 years from now, you sell your 10 for $10,000 because the property appreciated in value. That's sort of a 40,000 foot view of the tokenized housing system. It would take much longer to explain exactly how it works, but it effectively cuts out the banks. So you don't have to worry about fucking months and months. So in South Africa, if you want to buy a house, it's 6 months, right? It's 6 months in order to buy, like, for the thing to change. Whereas with a decentralized, it's within seconds. You want to sell your house, I buy your token, it's my house now. Like, no questions asked. Also, no lawyer fees, no estate agent fees, no banking fees. It's just, I want the house, you have the house, you want to sell the house, I want to buy the house, let me buy the token. Now it's my house, right? Foul Smoke, again, this is where it comes to personal... this is where personal responsibility comes in, right? It's up to you to keep your shit safe. If your shit gets stolen, that's your fault. You can... Look, we can either live in a world that's fair, or we can live in a world that's safe. But we cannot live in a world that is safe and fair. Because for safety to be a thing, right, fairness has to be taken away. This is why the ordinary man on the street doesn't have access to the court system, to the legal system of any country that you live in. Why? Because it is stupidly fucking expensive to go to court. I challenge you now to take any big company to court and see if you can hold out. most big companies will literally just go, well, we'll just wait it out. Your money's going to run out and then we win, right? Court fees are fucking expensive. It's expensive because it's safe. If you want fair, you can't have safe. Everyone then have to keep themselves safe, right? You have to make sure that your shit is safe and that you have the wallets and that your shit isn't hackable. This is where hardware wallets come in. So for those of you that don't know, hardware wallets is like a small USB stick. You get some of them that's less than $100, excuse me. Small little USB stick. And if it's not plugged into the computer, it's not accessible. As long as you hold the USB, everything on it is safe. It's all safe. It's yours, right? You want to... So once you get into crypto, this is where you start taking personal responsibility. Like, oh my fuck, does it teach you how to take personal responsibility? Nico is effectively yes. As long as you hold that wallet, that USB, and your NFT for your house is on that USB, it's your house, and you have the proof to show it. A safe world, nothing stable. About time people started learning safety is just an illusion, and you have to take measures to protect yourself. I don't like people that scream for safety. I don't like it, because whenever you scream for safety, the government will ultimately end up forcing other people to do things that they don't necessarily want to do. Safety is overrated. You can never truly be safe, nor should you ever want to be truly safe. I'm literally just waiting 5 minutes. 5 minutes, then we get into the discussion that we have planned for today. I'm waiting 5 minutes because then I make my video public and then we can fucking go. Let the land should become decentralized in the UK. Jetlag, they're not going to have a choice. The inevitable fall of governments is around the corner. The governments won't have a choice. Governments are going to run out of money. As soon as governments run out of money, they run out of authority. I foresee a world where government is literally effectively, if not completely removed from the system, so limited that it can basically do fuck all. Steven, so fucking true. Nico, we're talking about World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft and the future thereof. I'm waiting 4 minutes, and then we'll get into the discussion. Detail, you know my thoughts on it. I view the government as the enemy of the people. And by that, I don't mean we should wage war against the government. I believe that the government, in order for government to function properly, people should view them as the enemy of the people. In other words, you should hold your government to the highest level of account, right? Because that's what you would do if you knew that your enemy was in charge. You would not let it get away with anything. So the fact that we have governments that can start fucking wars for no reason and can basically do whatever the fuck they want is because no one is holding them accountable. And it doesn't, don't even come at me with this thing, bro, but we vote every 4 years. For who? For another party that is effectively going to do exactly the same thing as the party that was just replaced? Because that's how politics works. Like, genuinely, how much really changes when you get a new government? I'll tell you, fuck all. Nothing changes. It stays the same. The average man on the street experiences zero change from one administration to the next. Zero. The only thing that changes is when it's a Republican in office, the oil companies get a bunch of tax cuts. When it's a Democrat in office, the fucking tech companies get a bunch of tax cuts. But at the end of the day, it's just the billionaires. Like, some billionaires get tax cuts with one group and another group of billionaires get tax cuts with the other. But the ordinary man on the street gets fucked all the same. Yeah, Stephen, that is absolutely what it is. It is. You literally vote so that for the next 4 years, the current administration can blame the previous administration for all of the faults, right? Then the next 4 years comes, and that administration will blame the previous administration for all of the faults, and that's it's just a blame shift game, right? Oh, we're in this fucking mess because of X. We're in this mess because of Y. We're in this mess because of X. We're in this mess because of Y. It's always someone else's fault. It's never their fault, right? It's never their fucking fault. The vernacular is bad. I refer to democracy. Socrates explained from the beginning of the democracy idea why it will suck, and it's 100% true. I'm not a big fan of Socrates either, right? Because Socrates believed that there should be this group of people, everyone else lives in a cave, and only the people that can see the light should make decisions, and I don't agree with that either. I am more a fan of just personal freedom, right? I am a fan of no one should have the right to tell me what to do, and no one is allowed to have any say over my life. It is my life, and I will live it the way that I choose to live it. And as long as I don't hurt anyone else, I should not be infringed upon, right? My right should not be infringed upon. I believe that personal responsibility is the highest order of living. Taking personal responsibility for your life is the highest order of being. In the last year and a half, middle income families have been fundamentally fucking destroyed the world over. And it's sad to me that no one sees it. It's sad to me that no one talks about it. The poor and the middle class have been destroyed in the last year and a half. You know who wasn't destroyed? The billionaires. Amazon is doing better than ever. It's posting record profits. Guess who also got a bunch of bailouts from the government? The very fucking companies that is posting record profits. The companies that is posting record profits are getting the fucking bailouts from the government. And you're like, it does not compute. Something is a fucking miss in the system. Something is not right. How is it that these companies that are making billions during the lockdowns are also getting bailouts? Robotic Unicorn, happy birthday, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, can we get some love in chat for Robotic sharing his birthday with us? How old are you now, Robotic? All politicians need to wear jackets like NASCAR so you can see who own them. Oh, I would fucking love that. Andy, considering the billionaire companies like Amazon make up less than 10% of the entire US employment chain, no. The biggest employer in America, worldwide actually, is small businesses. Small businesses on the whole employ far more people than any massive company do, right? Or all of them combined even. So by destroying the small businesses, you are effectively destroying employment. Because Amazon might be giving a lot of people jobs, but they're not giving they're not giving as many people jobs as small businesses do. Your mom pop store, like just think about the pizza place down the road, right? That's owned by just ordinary people. It's not a massive store. It's not a chain store. It's just a small little business that makes their pizza. They employ 4 or 5 people, right? 4 or 5 people can eat every day because of this company. Now, there's 10 of them. Suddenly there's 50 people that have a job because of 10 small businesses. Almost every city in the world has thousands of small businesses that employ hundreds of thousands of people. Amazon can't compete with that. But Andy, that's not what happened. If your argument of the economy is correct, then small businesses would not have gone bankrupt. And the world over, small businesses have been decimated by the lockdown. If they were the ones providing services to the large corporations, then why are they all going bankrupt? Nearly gone in the US outside bigger cities? Mr. Smokin', it's because of government lockdowns and the way government handled the lockdowns. Yesterday after your stream, and it was more fun than I thought. But I told you, Final Fantasy is pretty fucking good. Don't worry, I'm not giving up on WoW. I'm not giving up on WoW. So we'll probably start with this first because there's a bunch of people that I think misunderstands what I do, right? So I had this comment on Twitter. I'm just looking to see if I can find it again. Here we go. All right, and this is no hate to Rough Schematics, like literally zero hate, but Rough Schematics effectively said, and this will link into a little bit more. Don't take this the wrong way, but please don't lean too much into the whole sweary telling it like it is persona that built Asmongold his preteen audience. It's silly and unprofessional. I like your videos because you seem positive and passionate about the subject matter. All right, so first and foremost, let me be clear about a couple of things here, right? I'm not leaning into anything. Anyone that has been with this channel for long enough will know I say what I think. If that pisses people off, that's their fucking problem. It's not my job. I don't care how you take something. It's got nothing to do with me. I say what I think. And if, if that pisses you off, that's your problem. It's not a me problem, okay? On that note, I do think we have to talk about Asmongold, and we have to talk about the community at large, and we have to talk about my channel and my content and what I'm going to be doing moving forward. So the reason a lot of people see me as very positive, and a lot of people think, especially people who only watch the YouTube channel, the reason a lot of them believe that I am, just very positive is because I don't really buy into BS, right? It takes a lot for me to get involved in bullshit. It takes a lot for me to get involved in the hoo-ha of, drama and shit. Ordinarily, I prefer to stay out of the drama. Whenever I see drama, I have this tendency to go, not my circus, not my monkeys. Right? And I just move on. That, however, does not mean that you get a free pass. And this is where I am with World of Warcraft right now, specifically with their developers. My belief, and my belief has always been this way, I'm like this in real life too. If you hit me first, I will hit you as hard as I fucking can back, right? And I don't care if it's disproportionate. I don't care if people look at me and say, bro, that was unnecessarily hard. I don't give a shit. You opened the gateway. I'm just responding here, right? I will never throw the first punch. I prefer not to. But if you throw punches at me, you can bet your fucking ass I'm punching back. And I'm punching back harder than what you punched me first. I think that's fair. I think it's fair, right? If you don't want to be a part of it, and all of this, by the way, comes from tweets that I've been seeing going around, again, from a whole bunch of these twatter screechers. Oh my fuck, am I done with... I hate twatter so much, dude. It's these people that is now going after Asmongold because Asmongold keeps reacting to tweets made about him. So people go on Twitter, they tweet about Asmon and how toxic he is. Asmon then responds to their tweets, and then they go, why are you harassing him? Stop harassing people on Twitter. They're smaller than you. And it's like, bro, if you don't want to get shot, don't step into the arena. Like, if you don't want to be caught in the crossfire, why are you opening fire in the first place? If it's too hot to handle, don't get into the kitchen. Simple as that. And these people don't understand it. They genuinely do not understand this. They believe that they should be able to abuse content creators, and the content creators can never slap back because the content creators are bigger than what they are. I'm sorry, no. Cupcake, get the fuck out. If you cannot handle being harassed because you harassed first, then don't harass. Don't then stand up afterwards and go, oh, why are you attacking me? I'm so much smaller. I'm so much smaller. Oh, my God. Get the fuck off. Doesn't matter what size you are. You decided to clap. I'm clapping back. It's as simple as that, right? And it goes for the WoW developers too. And this sort of discussion that we had yesterday during the late night stream, for those of you that don't know, we do a late night stream sometimes as well. After the gym, I'll go online. Yeah, don't be a punk ass bitch is effectively what it boils down to. But this came down, this entire conversation, or the topic that I wanted to discuss today, came from Celestra being upset about the fact that people are attacking the WoW devs because of the customization options that's just been added into the game, right? Basically saying, look, we should award Blizzard when they do the right things. We shouldn't just attack. And I agree with him. I do agree with him. I think he is right in saying that. We should award Blizzard when they're doing the right things. However, this shit goes both ways. The shit goes both ways. When you have Blizzard developers, right, constantly screaming at the player base, and Twitter is now full of it, just by the way. Every single developer is now coming out basically reminding everyone not to forget about all the bullshit that happened in World of Warcraft, right? Every single developer now is on Twitter every single day going, yes, I understand that most of you have moved on, but please remember that the women at Activision Blizzard are still suffering and they still need your voice. Don't forget about it now. And it's like, look, no one's forgetting about it, but we can't keep talking about this non-stop. At some point, we would like to move on with our lives. We would like to not live in a constant state of outrage. So we're not forgetting. We want Blizzard to pay the price for their bullshit. But at the same time, we also would like our feeds not to be constantly clogged up by developers who seem to think, I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can say whatever the fuck I want. I can tell you right now, I am looking at a developer right now that is probably getting fired at Blizzard as soon as this entire thing blows over. And then they're going to play the victim. They're going to play the victim. They're going to go to Twitter and they're going to say, they fired me because they wanted to hide whatever the fuck happened. And no hate to her. She's trying to bring to the fore everything that is happening within Blizzard Entertainment. But she's also attacking Activision Blizzard consistently. She is an employee that works for Activision Blizzard, and she keeps attacking them. Literally, in so many words, keeps attacking them. She's gonna lose her job. Because no company, and I can guarantee this, not a single company will employ someone that relentlessly attacks them. That's just, and then she's gonna play the victim. She's gonna pretend like she doesn't know what's going on. How did I get fired? Well, you got fired because you kept fucking bad-mouthing the company that you work for. No matter what they do, you kept bashing them. And maybe that's right. Maybe that is what you should do. But at the end of the day, companies also don't really care about that. There is a way to do it, and the way to do it is to do it internally. Keep pressuring them, right? Keep pressuring them. Keep putting them down. Keep fucking pressuring to get the change that you want. But to go on Twitter and constantly attack the company is probably not going to lead to the outcomes that you want, especially since the same developer is also attacking players. It's just, I'm sad to say, but the WoW developers have a mountain to climb, right? And that's one of the discussions that needs to be had. By the way, just an old man with a stick. Thank you for the follow, dude. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. I don't think this should be made a woman or a main thing, by the way, chat. We have a lot of amazing women in this community. This is not a woman or main thing. This is a people thing. This is definitely not about men or women, right? This is a people thing. Because if you think that it's just women that cause shit and then cry foul, you haven't seen some of the guys that I see on Twitter every single day. Oh my fuck. There are some guys who start shit and then claim, oh my god, why are you attacking me? So no, this is a human thing. There are just humans out there who will constantly fucking play the victim, even when they're the ones who started shit, right? I don't like the whole. Let's not start a gender war. We're all here for the same reason. I don't want to fight the gender war. I kind of like women. Correct, bad people policies. HR is how the mace happens. True. Very fucking true. So yeah. Just So let's get into the first, I guess, real topic for today. How does Blizzard salvage the problem that they're in right now? Is it even salvageable? Is there something that Blizzard can do to fix the issues that they find themselves in today? My initial, my knee-jerk reaction, my gut feeling about it is no. And I'll explain why before people go. It's not that it's impossible to salvage Blizzard or salvage World of Warcraft. It's that it's a mountain that is so high that climbing it is going to be slow. Very fucking slow. Right? You're talking about so every single change that Blizzard sort of dreams up within the next 2 years is going to be made by what, chat? Imagine anything that Blizzard can announce now on Twitter or on their website, anything good. How do you think it's going to be received by the player base? Garuda, how you doing? Xantarel, how you doing? It's going to be met with skepticism. It's going to be met with people going, well, that's just you knee-jerk reaction to get us to stop talking about bullshit. Every single time this is going to happen. Why? Because Blizzard have lost the trust of their community. The people are not currently happy with what Blizzard has done, and the people do not trust Blizzard Entertainment anymore. Trust is one of the hardest things to build up, and it's one of the easiest things to lose. And once you've lost it, it's almost impossible to get back. Like, how many of you have ever been cheated on in a relationship and stayed with your partner? So even after that, you stayed with them. Like, you forgave them. It's good that so many people say no forgiveness for that, and I do agree, but I do know people that do forgive cheating. What I will tell you is if I go off my own feelings after being cheated on, right? So I've been cheated on twice in my life. Here's the issue, right? Here's the issue with that. The feeling of disbelief, the feeling of that trust breaking, I don't see how it ever comes back, at least for me. Right? Once that trust is gone, it's gone. And rebuilding it is going to take a fucking monumental effort to try and get that trust back. This is where Blizzard is right now. Blizzard sits with a community that do not trust them, that do not trust that they act in good faith. So everything Blizzard announces, every change that Blizzard enacts, will be met with skepticism. It will be met with people who's been burnt one too many fucking times, right? And there's not much that you can do about that. There's literally nothing that you can do about that. All you can do is keep your head down. Now, why do I say it is almost impossible for Blizzard to fix World of Warcraft? Because the developers of World of Warcraft do not keep their heads down. I saw it. I saw the outrage around the cosmetic changes. You want to know how it was met with by the developers of Blizzard Entertainment? Stop attacking the poor innocent devs. How dare you attack us? We're just trying to put out nice stuff for you. Excuse me. Now's the time for you to shut the fuck up. Now's the time for you to shut the fuck up. Understand the players are going to be angry no matter what you do. You keep your head down, you stay positive, you eat your words. You do not speak. You do not attack the player base. Let them punch themselves out. Let them see that you are truly willing to change. Because that's the only reason they're attacking. People do not trust that you are really willing to change. They think that you are doing this just to get them to stop talking. Now's the time for you to shut the fuck up and go, right, I know that everything we announce is going to be met with a lot of skepticism and a lot of attack, and it's okay. Let them attack. Let them be angry. We deserve it. It's up to us to show them that, you know, if you cheated on your wife, right, and your wife forgives you, she takes you back, you can't get angry at her whenever you say, I'm going out with the boys, and she doesn't trust that you're truly going out with the boys. You can't go, why the fuck do you never trust me? Bro, your dick was in someone else literally 2 months ago. Why isn't she trusting you? Because you showed her that you're not trustworthy. You can't get angry now. Now is the time for you to shut the fuck up, sit back, and prove to her that she can trust you. Prove to her that your dick is not going near anyone else ever again. Anger is not going to solve this problem. The issue is the Blizzard developers do not believe this. They do not see it this way. They believe that whenever they announce something big, when they announce something new, the player base should just forget everything else that happened and immediately go, oh my god, yes, Blizzard, finally, listening to the player base. We've done that before. We've burnt that bridge before. And actually, to be fair, Blizzard burnt those bridges. Because every expansion, we give them a chance. Every expansion, they promise to do better. Every expansion, we get the same crap we got the previous one. So no, I'm sorry, Blizzard. Might be a hard pill to swallow. But it's time for you to shut the fuck up. It's time for you... And actually, no, it's not time for you to shut the fuck up. Before you shut the fuck up, can someone at Blizzard please write an apology to the player base of World of Warcraft? Do you guys realize that throughout all of this, we've not received a single apology? They've apologized to the employees, all right, no problem. But we, the players, have not been apologized to? Not a single fucker at Blizzard Entertainment have felt it necessary to apologize to the player base for their actions. How does that work? Is that how little we matter? Is that what we should be taking away from this? Because that's what I'm taking away from it. I'm taking away from this that we don't matter. In all of this bullshit, the problems that the players have faced does not fucking matter. They can go fuck themselves. Yeah, it doesn't seem like they care, Cozy. So no, I'm sorry to say this, but at the end of the day, they need to apologize to the player base, and then they need to shut the fuck up. When the player base is angry, take it. Accept your responsibility in all of this. Understand that you are... And here's the thing. We can argue that it has to come from both sides, and in a perfect world, it would have. In a perfect world, the players wouldn't be toxic and wouldn't be attacking the developers, and the developers wouldn't be attacking the player base, right? That's a perfect world. We don't live in a perfect world. So now we get to odds, right? Let's imagine the player base apologized and changed first, right? So let's imagine that the player base immediately stopped criticizing Blizzard, stopped criticizing any of the changes that Blizzard makes, stop keeping Blizzard or holding Blizzard responsible for the bad decisions that they do, that they take, and become very positive. What are the odds in that world that Blizzard changes their ways? Anyone in chat, give me the odds on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being absolutely 0, 10 being absolutely. What are the odds? All right, I think most of us agree it's 0. The chances are 0. Blizzard will not change their ways. So that means that the only logical outcome, the only logical course of action is Blizzard needs to change their ways first. First, the developers need to stop attacking the player base, stop seeing the player base as the other, stop this us versus them mentality, and then they can hope that the player base will follow suit. And guess what? The player base will most likely follow suit. Because the only reason the player base is lashing out the way that they are is because they feel disrespected. As things stand right now in World of Warcraft, we, the player base, feel disrespected. We feel as if Blizzard doesn't care. It feels as if everything Blizzard does somehow, in their mind, do not involve us. And the question you have to ask yourself is, how is this possible? How is this possible? How throughout this entire thing have no one taken the time to write a fucking apology to the player base of Blizzard Entertainment? Don't know. Genuinely do not fucking know. Again, as I said, they need to do a massive HR overhaul to fix the workplace. I agree with that, Robotic. Negative, it will worsen for sure. Can't wait for the next... it's going to be interesting. Snubby, how you doing, brother? That call to reports is going to be fucking spicy. Yes. Yes, it is going to be spicy. I imagine that number is going to be below 20 million. I don't know why, but I think the monthly active users for Blizzard Entertainment is going to be below 20 million. Just have this feeling that it's going to be the biggest drop in monthly active users that we've ever seen. My new human tank, Final Fantasy looks, he has no eyebrows. Eyebrows? Why did you give him eyebrows? I wouldn't be surprised if they changed the reporting method. They can't really. Here's the perfect analogy. It's an ice cream parlor that sells all flavors that are allergies, and they're all mixed together with some other thing to differentiate them, but they all have every single allergy known to man in them. They changed one flavor so that we can actually eat it, and the customer service is still terrible. They have a lot of work to do. So on that, that's definitely, we're going to be talking about that too. Just make a great next game expansion. It is just a game, and if it's good, everybody will play it. Berserker, the problem is you have to get people back into the game to actually play it, right? All right, Nico, you threw down the gauntlet. Let's hear it from everyone in chat now. Let's encapsulate this for all eternity. I want every single person in chat to give me what they think the next monthly active users is going to be in the next earnings report. Like the number you think we're going to reach. $3 million, 1.2 million. We're talking about monthly active users for Blizzard, not just for WoW, for Blizzard. 15 million. Favren, how you doing, brother? So mine is 19 million. I don't think it's going to drop as low as 15. I'd be well surprised. I mean, if it dropped to 15 million, that'd be fucking spicy. That'd be spicy. It's not going to be 45 million. It's 26 million now. So are you suggesting that it's going to rise? Like, how is it going to rise up? Okay, so the next earnings report is in 3 months from now. They're not going to be able to make the best game ever in 3 months. You're not even getting a new patch within the next 3 months. So, what exactly is changing to get all of these new millions of players into it? I think across the board, I think 19 million is perhaps... Currently, it sits at 26 million. I think 19 million is perhaps... the most conservative view that I can take in it. Yeah, WoW doesn't have more than 5 million players, just to be clear. WoW currently sits at less than 3 million. Definitely sits at less than 3 million. And we can actually crunch the numbers on that, right? It is possible to crunch the numbers on that. We know that they had they at the time, right, of Shadowlands, they had about 6 million people playing. Moldavian Peasant, thank you for 2 sub for 3 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Got me hooked. I don't know about Blizz, but you got me hooked. Moldavian, I'm happy to hear that. So we know that they had around 6 million players, right, shortly after Shadowlands launched. We also know that got, like, cut in half. So at the launch, there was about 12 million people playing Shadowlands. How do we know that? Because they said that the numbers were higher than that of WoD, right? So higher than that of WoD. WoD had about 12 million players. This means that this would have been maybe 12, almost 13 million. They lost 60% of their player base shortly after Shadowlands launched, which is fine. Garuda, thank you for the 5 community subs. Really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, can we get some love in chat for Garuda and the 5 community subs? Thank you so much for that. So they lost about 60%. This puts them around 5 to 6 million players, right? Then we got another report suggesting that they lost another 40% of their player base in the months that followed. So the 9-month sort of drought, they lost another 40% of the player base. This puts us around the 2.5 to 3 million mark, right, for Blizzard Entertainment currently. That's how we know that Blizzard is nowhere near 12 million. I mean, nowhere fucking near, right? Oh, not Blizzard. WoW. It's nowhere near 12 million. It's closer to like 2.5, 3 million. And even that, according to reports at least, suggests that that is being very liberal with those numbers. But here's the biggest question. When we talk about can Blizzard fix World of Warcraft, we have to talk, we've already spoken about from a developer standpoint and from the player's feeling standpoint, but let's now talk about the game as a whole, right? Because I think we can all agree on one thing, whether or not World of Warcraft can be fixed, whether you agree or disagree, I think everyone can agree that if World of Warcraft is going to be salvaged, it has to be with better gameplay, right? I think everyone agrees with that. Or am I alone on this? Mother of Doggos, how you doing? The game needs to be fundamentally better if Blizzard's going to have any chance of fixing it. Do you agree, chat, or disagree? Why is this thing leaking? Never mind, got it. All right, so all of you agree. Okay, so from that standpoint, we have to ask ourselves, how does Blizzard... So let's imagine that Blizzard comes with the next expansion, right? And the next expansion is absolutely fucking banging. They fixed everything. They listened to the player base. No more unnecessary systems. No more bullshit, right? The game is now doing very, very fucking well. How do you convince the player base to come back to actually play your game? But just think about this, right? You've lost a bunch of players because the game wasn't good. Now you want players to get back into the game. You want players to re-engage with your game. But you have to convince them that it's worth them giving it a try, right? It's worth them giving it a try. This is where I think Blizzard is going to have their biggest struggle. Convincing players that they have to come back and try it out. You see, because people have now been burnt twice in a row, right? People have now been burnt twice in a row. They were burnt in BFA, buying into an expansion that effectively failed. And then they were burnt in Shadowlands, buying into an expansion that effectively failed. Right? Because the players like the WoW world. If it gets only positive, then everyone will come back. XD Chills, this is where I think fundamentally that argument no longer stands. Back in World of Draenor, right, Blizzard failed, right? World of Draenor was an absolute failure. At least for most people. The problem in World of Draenor was, where would you go if you're not playing World of Draenor? Not really anyone, right? There's nowhere to go. There's no one else that's going to be able to give you the same feeling. There's no other game that's going to be the MMO that pulls you away from World of Warcraft. That's no longer true, right? With the advent of Final Fantasy and ESO and the incredible work that both of those games have been putting into their game, there is absolutely a world where the next expansion for World of Warcraft launches and the vast majority of players are busy playing another game. And so they look to World of Warcraft and they go, but I'm kind of having fun here now. So I'll just keep playing in Eorzea, right? Because I'm already having fun here. I don't need to leave. I'm not going to take the risk. And that, I think, is a real problem. And it all depends on Endwalker, right? If Endwalker launches and Endwalker completely wrecks it, it is just one of the best Final Fantasy expansions ever. I can see millions of players buying into Final Fantasy and just never going anywhere else again. They're now Final Fantasy players. At that point, you're fucked, right? Berserker, the issue is that you are going to have a lot of content creators that is very cautious to speak positively about World of Warcraft. Because we've all been burnt by that. I made videos at the beginning of Shadowlands saying this is a great expansion. They have to change a couple of things, but I think they're going to change those things. And then when they change those things, it's going to be amazing. Of course, they didn't change any of the things that I said they should change. And so ultimately, the game turned out exactly what I warned it would turn out if they don't make those changes. So you can bet your ass, next expansion comes around, I'm not going to be making a video telling people that this is the best expansion ever. I'm going to focus on the mistakes. I'm going to tell my player base, at least my community, yeah, no. Don't buy it yet. Don't get too excited yet. The game has a lot of flaws, and I don't think Blizzard is going to fix those flaws. I think those flaws are going to be launching just as is. So you are going to get a lot of content creators that isn't willing to put their name next to the game because they've been burnt in the past. In the past, they said, oh, this is going to be good, just wait a little. To realize that waiting would mean nothing because Blizzard isn't going to listen. So, yeah. I think Blizzard is going to have a hill to climb. It's an uphill battle. I'm not saying it's impossible. I want to be clear. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's absolutely possible. Blizzard can fix their game. And they can get people back. But it's not going to happen overnight. This is not a problem that can be fixed by simply waving a magic wand. It's not a problem that can be fixed by just giving more cosmetic options. It's a problem that I think... You get into the whole Classic discussion as well, the token discussion with Classic, the boosts that you can buy in Classic, and you just get so much more issues that players have to deal with, where players just don't trust it, right? Is you live again, brother? May you continue to have a wonderful stream. I myself have been playing WoW since the very start. I, for one, the way the game is now, doesn't bother me much. Not like I do not understand the problems at hand, but I stick with it due to how I, as an individual, chooses to play the game. No two players are alike. Primero, that's fine. I never want to take away from anyone's enjoyment of the game. My argument has always been quite simple. I would like to enjoy the game too. And considering that the changes that I want in WoW wouldn't destroy most people's ability to play the way that they want to play, I think it's only fair that I get my changes. Because my changes should not influence your game in any way, shape, or form. Because what I want is more freedom in how the game is played. I don't want less freedom. I want people to be able to choose what they want to do in the game without ever being forced into specific things in the game, right? And I think for that, everyone can end up very happy. But I am currently not having fun in WoW, which is why I'm not playing it. And I am having the time of my life in Final Fantasy. I am. I'm not even afraid to admit that. I am having the time of my life in Final Fantasy. Verma, I don't even think it's a case of needing another... I don't think it's a case of needing another Legion. Blizzard needs more than Legion. They need more than what Legion offered. Because Legion was a great expansion, don't get me wrong, but Legion had its mistakes. It had its flaws. If Blizzard released another Legion, literally pound for pound copy of Legion, it would still drive people crazy. Because there is still too many systems in that game. And too many of those systems are interdependent on one another. Blizzard needs to get back to designing a true theme park MMO. A true theme park MMO. Who in chat doesn't know what it means to be a theme park MMO? Because I'm sure there's many people who don't always understand when content creators say, we want a true theme park experience. I'm sure there's people that just go, what does that even mean? Does everyone in chat at least understand what a theme park MMO is? Document fair. It's not you follow the story, Jetlag. So you have two different types of MMOs, right? You have sandbox MMOs and you have theme park MMOs. Now, what is a sandbox MMO before we even get into it? A sandbox MMO is effectively, in my estimation at least, most of the time, it means we don't really have a game, right? That's what it means. We don't have a game. We're just going to let players make their own fun. That's what a sandbox MMO usually is. Doesn't mean that sandbox MMOs can't work, and there are some of them that pull it off really well. But most sandbox MMOs don't really have a story. It's an empty world. The world really is what you make it. AOC is a perfect example of a theme park or a sandbox MMO, right? The way this works is they give players a lot of tools, and then they allow the players to use the tools in whichever way they want, right? Now, the reason most sandbox MMOs fail is because they don't offer the players enough tools, and also those tools tend to start to fight one another, right? Eventually, you have these tools that just sort of impede on other people's ability to play the game because of the tools that exist. We'll have to see if AOC or Ash of Creation can actually pull out of that. Then you have theme park MMOs. Theme park MMOs is exactly the opposite. And it's called a theme park MMO for a good reason. WoW is one of the flagship theme park MMOs, right? A theme park MMO is where the developers go, right, we'll build the rides and you can choose which of the rides you want to go on. So we're not giving you unlimited freedom. We're not giving you the ability to build your own cities and fucking destroy mountains and chop down all of the trees and basically destroy the world, right? We're not giving you those options. But what we will do for you is we'll build a bunch of rides and then you can choose whichever ride you go on. Final Fantasy right now is probably the example of the best theme park MMO in the world. Why? Because it does it really well. It builds all of the rides and then it tells the player, go on whichever rides you want. This is where that meme comes from. I tweeted out the meme a few days ago. Hold up. I retweeted it actually. Just quickly go to my profile here. I'll show you. All right, so here it is. In WoW, okay, what do I need to do today? In Final Fantasy, okay, what do I want to do today? And this is very true, by the way. In Final Fantasy, there's nothing that you're forced to do. There's literally zero force. It's... nothing is really connected. So if you want to do dungeons, you can do dungeons. If you want to do Palace of the Dead, you can do Palace of the Dead. They don't really connect with one another. They are physically just rides that exist, right? It's just rides. Do whatever the hell you want with those rides. We don't really care. It's designed that way, and actually Yoshi P, the lead developer, made that very clear in his in one of his speeches. They are okay with people not logging in every single day in their game. In fact, they designed the game so that you don't have to. You can log in whenever you want and play whatever you want, right? That's fine as far as they're concerned. World of Warcraft have fallen on the other side of the edge, and it's on the other side of the sword, and it's easily fixable. World of Warcraft have all of the rides. The problem is that World of Warcraft have connected all of the rides. Right? So, in order for you to go on the roller coaster, you have to go on the swings first. And after the swings, you have to go on the teacups. After the teacups, you have to go to the bumper cars. After the bumper cars, you have to go on the swings again. And then once you've gone on the swings twice, now you can go on the roller coaster. But of course, you can't go on the roller coaster again right after, because you have to go back to the fucking teacups, then back to the swings, back to the bumper cars, back to the swings, back to the teacups, then to the roller coaster, back to the swings, back. So you're constantly having to ride all of the fucking rides just so that you can go on the roller coaster. Since the roller coaster is the only reason you're really playing the game, you hate all of the other rides, but you have to do them, because if you don't do them, you can't go on the roller coaster. That is the problem with Blizzard Entertainment. That is the fundamental issue with Blizzard Entertainment and World of Warcraft right now. The systems are so connected that players are forced to spend 80% of their time doing things that they fucking hate, just so that they can spend 20% of their time actually doing things that they're having fun with. That's not a theme park MMO. The problem that I see with World of Warcraft is that World of Warcraft have lost its identity. It is a game that no longer knows what it wishes to be. It's a theme park MMO that decided, fuck the theme park, we want to be something else. And it's like, well, what do you want to be? Because it's not obvious to the rest of us that what you want to be is what we want to be, right? Because you're supposed to be a theme park MMO, but you're not a theme park MMO because everything feels like a fucking job, right? Everything feels like a job. Because I'm forced to do things, and this is where Torghast comes in. Torghast is the perfect example of Blizzard forcing people into things that they don't necessarily want to do. If you're a PvPer, Torghast is literally the worst piece of content for you, right? If you're a PvPer. And yet you're forced to do Torghast so that you can get the legendary so that you can PvP. And it's like, but I really don't want to do this. This is really not what I want to do. I just want to do some PvP. Like, I just want to fucking do some PvP. Well, too bad for you. Go into this PvE content as a PvPer and finish that before you can do your PvP. And it's like, but yeah, this is really not helpful, right? This is not how I envision playing my video game. That's Blizzard's fundamental problem. Everything is too connected. And I don't know if they see that. I don't know if they've realized yet that... Because, by the way, that's how they fixed 9.2. Fixing 9.2 is the easiest thing ever. Keep everything the same, just remove the interconnectivity from it. Remove Soul Ash from Torghast and put it somewhere else and just add a bunch of cosmetics to Torghast. And bam, Torghast is fixed. Just like that, Torghast is fixed. Because now, only the people that like Torghast will do Torghast, and everyone else can just not do Torghast because they don't want to. That's how easy it is to fix WoW, FYI. Problem is, they make all the interconnectivity people who want to do a lot of stuff are gonna go apeshit. Chica Man, not really, because you can still do all of those things. You just no longer have to. So I don't think people are gonna get angry at all. What's there to get angry about? We're not removing anything. We're just saying you no longer have to do those things. So you can still do Torghast every single week if you want to. You're just no longer doing it for Soul Ash. So that the person who doesn't want to do Torghast every week no longer have to, right? We're just unlinking all of these stupid systems that keep the player base doing things that they don't want to do. So I don't think anyone can lose their minds over that. There's some problems. They don't fix them. True. Torghast is annoying with the new rating system. What's your opinion on the whole skip streaming one day thing that everyone is mad at Asmund over for sharing his opinion? Huh? Minion, wait, is there a video that I can watch about that? Because I don't know. I don't know what anyone is. I don't know what this is. Oh, but I love drama. I don't want to be physically involved in drama, but I love it when it happens. It's so fucking, it's so juicy and spicy. It's so juicy and spicy. How can you not like drama? Someone can find me that video so I can know what we're talking about. Karimzi, how you doing? Because I genuinely don't know like what people are angry about with Asmund. I saw Asmongold tweeting out about that, like tweeting out how he pissed off a lot of people.
Before I do that, I want to talk about...
Isn't a coward? Twitter attacks Asmongold with lies and insults. Right, let's see. I'm probably going to get into trouble with this because I'm probably going to agree with him. Let's see.
A little bit of drama, okay? I want to talk about a little bit of the situation. There's a lot of individuals that are not happy about me on Twitter.
Hold up. Okay, so this is the video, right? This is the video about him saying skip one day of streaming or some shit. So after I watch this video, I will know exactly what's going on here. Okay.
Before I do that, I want to talk about a little bit of drama, okay? I want to talk about a little bit of the situation. There's a lot of individuals that are not happy about me on Twitter.
You know you're doing something right when you're pissing off Twitter. Just FYI. You are definitely doing something right when you're pissing off people on Twitter.
I'm gonna tell you why. You know, like every once in a while, like some Twitch streamers will get together and they'll tell themselves that, well, we're all not gonna stream for one day and that's gonna send a message to Twitch. So they did that again recently. They did that again. And I called it out. And I think that, number one, it's slacktivism. Okay?
All right, so I just want to say right off the bat, agreed. I'm not going to stream for a whole day. It was, so, again, and this might not win me any fucking points. I don't care, though. Do you guys remember a while back during the whole fucking Black Lives Matter thing? There were like a bunch of people putting black pictures on their Instagram. It's like, what's your picture doing? It's not changing the world. If you want to change the world, go out there and change the fucking world, right? Go out there and fix the fucking police, or phone your representative and tell them to fucking fix the police. Tell them that you're not going to pay taxes until they fix the police departments or whatever the fuck. But a picture, a black picture, isn't going to do shit. It's not doing crap. Like, what the fuck? And everyone felt so fucking, like, literally, it was one of the most selfish things I've ever seen in my life. Because everyone's patting themselves on the back going, oh my God, look at me, I'm such a good person. Everyone should look at me, I'm such a good person. I actually got shit because I never posted a black picture. Because guess what? I actually believe that people should be treated fairly and equally. I don't think a black picture is showing that. I just think treat people equally and fairly and don't be a dick, right? And how about you also don't sit on someone's neck for 8 minutes? That might be a good fucking idea, right? That's the best idea I've heard, but I don't think the black picture is doing much to fucking change things. It is slacktivism. It's literally people wanting to feel good about themselves, doing things for the rest of the world to see while they sort of feel good about themselves. Like, get the fuck off, dude. This is not about you. It's got nothing to do with you. Just shut the fuck up.
It's slacktivism. Like, you're gonna take one day off? Oh, wow. Jeff Bezos is gonna fucking be quaking in his boots. Oh my God, he's gonna be afraid, he's gonna be terrified that you take one day off.
True.
Meanwhile, nobody fucking watches you, right? So it doesn't even matter because you don't affect the audience that the website has. So if you don't change the amount of fucking traffic the website gives at all, then you're not gonna make an impact because you didn't do anything. And that's a tough fact.
I just want to ask, what was the thing that they wanted to force Twitch to do, though? Like, what? So they wanted to stop streaming for a day. Like, okay. But what is it that they hoped Twitch would do? The problem with people that hate on Asmon is they are not critical thinkers. True. Action against racist bots. And not streaming for a day is going to do that. Not streaming for a day, they think is going to stop all the racist bots. Sure. I can see the fucking connection.
Fact. So there's a lot of people here. I'm gonna show you guys a tweet here. This is an individual who was not happy with me, and this tweet now has over 1,000 likes. So this is an individual, right? Our expectations were low, but holy shit, you just said the quiet part out loud.
What quiet?
I don't know how many times I've been criticized for saying the quiet part out loud.
What is the
I don't know how many times I've been criticized for saying what you're not supposed to say. And you know why? Because everybody else is afraid to say it. People are afraid to just be out.
All right, so I don't even think this was the big streamers. If this was big streamers, I would actually know what the fuck this was about, right? This wasn't the big streamers. This is genuinely some of those little, like the small 2-viewer Andy pieces of shit, right? The guy who streams every fucking day for 5 to 10 hours a day for him and his brother, because those are the only 2 people that's watching. He's on his laptop on one account, and his brother is on the other account, and they're sitting there going, "Oh my god, how can I get people to see me? I know, I'll announce that I'm taking the day off Twitch to fight racism." Motherfucker. And then what they want is a reward similar to the people that rushed the beaches of Normandy on D-Day, right? That's what they want. They want the same fucking medals. It's like, bro, you're not the same as these people. Like, you are not the fucking same. You taking a day off streaming does not earn you a fucking medal for bravery. Get the fuck off, right? Like, just genuinely get the fuck off. No one cares. Your 2 viewers is not going to be missed on Twitch. My 160 viewers isn't going to be missed on Twitch. No offense, I love all of you. I fucking love all of you. But I am not big enough to make any impact on Twitch. So I would not even join a fucking move like this because it's useless. And all it's meant to do is this biggest Bennis, whoever the fuck he is, he's a Twitch partner, biggest Venice, whatever the fuck, right? He's trying to get people to see him. He's trying to get people to see him. It's like, get the fuck off here, bro. No one cares, and I agree with Asmongold here. No one gives a shit if you're not streaming for the day. Like, literally no one. Not even your viewers most likely give a fuck when you take off. Your Lady Knight, how you doing? Hello, my lady. Since you use sir, I feel it's only fair that I respond in a similar fashion. Who's here for the drama? I love drama.
Out with it. They want to live in a fantasy world. Here, I'll read this as an article that somebody wrote, and I'll read this real quick. Nobody gives a fuck if you take a day off. Nobody knows who you are. That's the truth. You can't get a bunch of 20 Andys. They put in brackets small streamers together and think you're going to do anything. Nobody gives a fuck. So
true.
I said this, right? And there's a whole lot of people calling me an asshole. They're right. But there's nobody saying I'm wrong, because I'm not. Listen. If you want to make an...
I love how Asmongold just fucking accepts it. And that's how it should be, right? Accept the fact that you are an asshole. I've accepted this a long time ago, right? I am an asshole, but I'm rarely wrong. And I would say the same for Asmongold. He is an asshole, but it's very rare that Asmongold has a take where I go, I don't know about that one, right? I don't know about that one. Except that I'm an asshole and proud of it. That's the fucking way to do it, bro. You are always wrong, you cheese heretic.
An impact. If you want to do something, you have to have a plan of action. You have to have something that you want them to do. And the truth is that...
I just want to say, taking a day off streaming... So what? You're giving yourself a holiday to make the world better? what the fuck is that? So in other words, I'm going to take the day off and play some video games or some shit, right? So here's the thing. I haven't had a holiday in like 2.5 years almost. In my entire 5-year YouTube history, like in my entire 5-year career on YouTube, I've only taken off 2 weeks, right? So I have had 1 2-week holiday in 5 years. I would love to take a day off streaming. Fuck, it would be amazing. And sit here and play Final Fantasy all day, right? I don't, but I could, right? And then I could just make something up. I swear to God, I think all these 20 fucking 2-viewer Andys were just really in need of a break. Like, it's hard streaming for only 2 people, and so they thought to themselves, fuck it, let's take a break, but let's say it's for a good cause. Like, who gives a fuck? This is not making any changes anywhere in the world.
You don't have any people that really have any sort of influence. And that's the truth. I said I would do it if other people did it.
Could do some online event on Twitch to get attention to problems they want to be noticed, and that would work better. I agree with that, you lady knight. That would actually work, right? If all of them had the same title and they were talking about the issues of Twitch, trying to get more people involved in it, trying to explain to people why this is a problem. But this is the lowest form of activism. This is literally those guys who just want to also be part of the fucking problem.
But I don't want to be the only guy out there doing it, because I'll explain why. I will explain why. It will have the same effect as Ninja moving over to Mixer. No.
Oh my God, that was the worst move ever, bro. Not for Ninja. Ninja did amazing. He got millions to move over to Mixer, and he ended up literally bringing no one with him. Because as it turns out, people like Twitch.
No one cared. It didn't matter. It didn't change anything, because one person doesn't do anything. It has to be everybody together. Mm-hmm. Because if one person leaves, they just go over and watch another streamer.
True.
So whenever I see these, and these are 314 quote retweets. This is a lot of quote retweets. Asmongold is a piece of work. No empathy or humanity left in his bigot heart. Asshole being asshole again. Wouldn't surprise me if he was actually in favor of the hate rates. That's right.
That is such a fucking hot take from such a stupid individual. Like, you can look at this individual and know for a fact that this person has zero, and I mean zero, critical thinking skills. And this is something that pisses me off about the world so much, right? So because I'm not in favor of your literal virtue signaling, right? Because I call out your virtue signaling because I realize that a 2 fucking streamer Andy isn't going to have the effect of not streaming. Oh, I'm sure your brother will find it hard to find someone else to watch on Twitch, right? So your 2 viewers makes no fucking difference. Combined, all of those fucking 20 streamers maybe have like 50 viewers amongst themselves. Those 50 viewers will just go watch something else. Also, if those 50 viewers take the day off from Twitch, it's not noticeable, right? But suddenly, because I don't agree with your slacktivism, right? Now also, you're a racist. This is insane to me. This is absolutely fucking insane to me. Because I question, right, why you're doing certain things. Because I say, well, I don't actually think that's going to happen. Oh, my fuck, you're a racist. It's like, bro, the word racist means something. It's a bad thing to be. Let's not water it down by throwing that word around to people who is undeserving of it. Because I would like to know in 20 years from now, when someone calls someone a racist, that it actually means something. So if you tell me that guy is a racist, I know that that person has some horrible fucking views that I do not want to associate with. The issue is those words, racist, homophobe, transphobe, it's been thrown around so much that it's basically lost all meaning. It's at the point now where when you hear someone is a racist, your first thoughts is he really? Because everyone is a fucking racist. Everyone is called a racist nowadays. And I think that word means something. It's a bad thing to be. You can't just label everyone as it. Now he's in favor of the hate raids. You can see the logical fucking acrobatics that's taking place there.
The fact that I call into question the methods means that I actually want people to make bots that spam people with the N-word. Yes, of course, that's the logic that's going through this individual's mind, okay? Like, that's basically where we're at. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and hit these people with a little bit of reality, okay? This got nothing to fucking do with the hate raids, specifically about, like, any race.
Uh-huh.
You're stupid if you think that. How many times has my stream had to go into sub mode because people are putting fucking bots in my chat? How many times?
We've had this. This is actually fucking true. I now know what this is about. So they're basically claiming that minorities are getting... Well, maybe they're not wrong, because in South Africa, I am actually a minority. So maybe this is aimed at minorities. Fuck. That's a mind fuck, isn't it? Like, the whitest fuck you've ever seen in your life, blonde hair, blue eyes, is getting hate raided by bots. That's a mind fuck. We've had this happen twice. We've been raided twice by bots. So clearly this isn't about racism. We've had racist shit spewed by bots in the fucking channel twice. To the point where we had to go sub mode only. So I now understand what this is about. This is people just desperate to be the victim. So desperate to be the victim that they're claiming that these people are literally fucking shall we say, targeting them, when in reality, if they're targeting minorities, then why the fuck was I targeted?
It used to happen to me every single day. These people are taking an issue, and I think it is a problem. This affects me too. Like, just as a cis white man, this affects me because just because they're not telling me that I'm bad for being a minority doesn't mean that they're not using their bot to promote their Twitter. This is a problem for everybody. Of course it's bad. Seems like an awful...
I would actually argue that if these people actually want to change, the change that they would have gone for is to fight the bots on Twitch. That is a fight that I'd be glad to get in on, right? Because botting on Twitch is an absolute abhorrent system, and Twitch doesn't seem to have a fucking clue how to deal with it, right?
Long article for "He's trash and shitty entitled cishet white dude" for equally shitty fans. Yeah. I always find it to be interesting whenever people use being white as a negative pejorative, and they too are white. This is a form of mental illness. This is it's not good for you to feel that way. Yep. If you think like that, and you think that's the reason why I don't care about it, you don't even understand the issue. You don't even understand what the implications of these things are. These are people who are upset and angry at the world, and they're angry at Twitch, and they don't even understand why it's happening. They have no idea what's going on. Stay a sheep in a flock while the smaller shepherds take the helm of the movement and lead the herd. Listen, if you...
Yeah, 2v or Andy is gonna lead the herd. Okay, that was funny as fuck, bro. There, yeah, sure. I can't wait to see all these 2v or Andys leading the herd.
People, you individuals that are talking shit to me all the time, hating on me constantly, insulting me. Insulting my physical appearance. Insulting me based off of immutable characteristics that you so desperately hate to be insulted by.
I do want to say, though, there is nothing more disgusting to me than these people that make everything about race and everything about sexuality. when did we forget that there needs to be an agreed upon contract that your race, your sexuality, your gender doesn't matter? It does not determine who you are. It doesn't determine the kind of person that you are. It doesn't matter. Literally, these people are the racists. If you have ever looked at another human being and even considered their race, you are a racist. Their race shouldn't matter to you at all. I've always said this, and I continue to fucking say this. Your race, your sexuality, your gender is literally the least interesting thing about you. If you open a sentence saying that to me, like quoting your fucking characteristics to me, I immediately lose interest in you. Because none of those things tell me who you are. It's all great. Okay, great. You're a black guy and you're gay. But what kind of person are you? Are you a good person? Am I going to get along with you? Can we be friends? Are you funny? Are you not funny? What kind of humor do you have? Are you sarcastic? That's always a fucking win, right? That is the stuff that I care about, because that is the stuff that matters. How you were born, it tells me fuck all about you. Like nothing. I can deem nothing from that.
Absolutely hypocritical. Complain about toxicity, and in the same sentence, insult my physical appearance.
Yeah.
If you have an actual way to solve this, I will be your champion. But you don't. Find a way to solve it, and I'll support it. But you don't. Asmongold Dude is a real pile of shit. What a pathetic man who clearly doesn't give a shit about small streamers and only cares about the money. Why do people like this get...
Okay, so I'll be honest, right? And this might seem bad, but I don't care about small streamers. And I'm still considered a small streamer. I don't care. I worked my fucking ass off to get to where I am now. I stream a lot. I try to keep it interesting. It takes me 2 hours every day to prepare for the stream. I don't just sit down and play fucking video games. I actually work at it, right? I have notes on streaming. Like literally before every stream, I have notes on things that I want to talk about, things that I want to discuss. If I'm going to play Final Fantasy, I think about interesting topics that we can discuss whilst playing Final Fantasy to keep you guys entertained, because I realize that I am an entertainer. And since I've been doing that, the stream has actually grown. The stream is actually doing better. Well, it doesn't do well when we play Final Fantasy. There's like 50 people, 50 of you that want to watch me play Final Fantasy, but it does very well when we do the just chatting streams, and I'm very grateful for that because I actually like these streams. So at the end of the day, if you're a 2-viewer Andy, keep grinding, bro. But I'm not going to stand up for you because no one stood up for me. I can actually, and I think I'm always very grateful for this, and I don't want this to sound like I'm boasting. Fuck it, I am boasting because fuck, I did this. But I'm one of the few content creators that had very little pull-ups throughout my career, right? I didn't get massive hosts or raids from massive streamers. Pyromonster, the first time Pyromonster raided me, I was already at about 60, 70 viewers. Right, so I was already well on my way, and that happened once. My YouTube career, the first time someone ever spoke about me on YouTube, I already had like 13,000 subscribers on my channel, so I was already growing. I had to do it all myself, and I'm grateful for that. I've never reached out to another content creator to see if I can get a bigger content creator on my podcast or anything like that. I do it myself, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the community that I was able to build here, and I didn't have much to do with that community. I was lucky enough, and I do think it has a lot to do with luck, that I have 160 people that feel the same as I do about a lot of things, right? That thinks, hey, this guy's personality isn't too shit. We may as well hang out a bit, right? But I'm proud of that. I'm proud because I managed to do it. These small fucking stupid ass streamers, they don't want to do the hard work. You see, because this biggest Benus thought to himself that if I start streaming, surely millions are going to watch me. Turns out, biggest penis. Turns out you have a shit personality. And that's why people aren't watching you. It's as simple as that. Robotic Unicorn, take care of yourself, bro. And have a wonderful birthday, man.
Get the big following and the big money.
Look like you lost some weight.
I mean, he is...
Natora, thank you for the 100. Really appreciate that.
Brother.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's a bad take overall, but I get it.
right, though. True. Just having a big streamer would help out loads in a day off of Twitch. See, these people don't even understand how Twitch works. And that's evidenced not only by this, but the fact that they're fucking small streamers. They have no fucking idea how the website works. They don't understand how viewership works. They don't understand viewer behavior. They have no idea what's going on. They're just mad, and they're looking for something that they can tweet about to make themselves feel better and act like they're doing something. They got no idea. Viewers will just go watch somebody else. Acting all big and bad,
Exactly.
but he forgets he used to be a small content creator who nobody knew about who the fuck they were. Gross. Yeah, I remember that.
These people are so interested in playing the fucking victim. They are so interested in playing the victim. Like, oh, you should remember that you were a small streamer too one day, and you should give the small streamers a leg up. How about you stand with these small streamers so they can be seen too? How about these small streamers just fucking stream and start working at it? Like, just start working at it. Sophia, thank you much for the gift and stuff. Really appreciate that. Thank you for love and chat for Sophia and the 5 community subs. I'm literally just talking about the bullshit. And again, this is exactly okay. So these are literally people. I guarantee you now, if you go over to Biggest Business, he probably doesn't have a YouTube channel. Today's your birthday. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have another birthday, and this time from Sophia, one of the longest standing members of the channel. Can we get some love and some happy birthdays to Sophia? Sophia, I hope it's going to be an amazing birthday. These people, they probably put no effort into their careers, because the way my Twitch worked is I grabbed viewers from other places like YouTube and I brought people over to Twitch. That's how you grow. It's hard work. It's fucking long ass work, but you have to be willing to do it if you're going to grow ever on Twitch. These people don't want that. They just want Asmongold to retweet them and to give them some kind of legitimacy.
Yeah, and whenever I was, I would. The funny thing is, I actually would try to like have little causes whenever I was a small content creator, and you know what happened with those causes? Nothing. Fuck. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. Really shitty leadership qualities, if you ask me. I know I'm not a big streamer like Assmon. Oh, that's good. But I'm also okay with not being something else that he is, a coward. Don't follow this clown into battle. Like
Brian Machecker, real shitty leadership qualities. Like, who the fuck? Leadership qualities. Now, I want to be clear to everyone here. If you view me as your leader, you're a fucking moron. Just gonna be clear. If you view Asmongold as your leader, you're a fucking moron. We're entertainers. We're glorified fucking monkeys. That's it, right? That is it. That is literally what we are. And I'm not pretending that I'm as big as Asmon. I fucking wish I was. I'm not, right? I have years to go still before I could get there. I'm just saying, the problem with these people is they feel so fucking entitled, and you hear it so often, dude. You see it so often. They think their 10 viewers turns them into, like, some kind of content creator. It's like, bro, just sitting down in front of your PC does not a content creator make. To be a content creator, you actually have to create content. I am bigger than Asmon. This is true. If me and Asmon stood side by side, I would be the biggest one. So I do have that going for me. I am by far, and I have more hair. Don't want to start a fight here. I don't want to be seen as throwing shit. But I think I have more hair than Asmongold. Right? I look streamers to see their content and learning to get better myself. That's a good thing to do, Rikisha. I did the same thing.
Like we're going to war, dude. Like we're going to war. Furry, like this is crazy, man. Oh, here we go. This is a popular one. Keep supporting him, though. He has one good take every 6 months, though, so we can forgive the fact that he behaves like an edgelord, petulant teenager 24/7. He's not toxic in a way, though, right? It's just a character, right? Fucking copium.
Oh
I want to make one thing
I hate
clear.
these people.
It's not just a character.
No.
This is how I really am. I'm actually this much of an asshole in real life. I really am.
Yes, dude.
And the fact is that a lot of times people get upset about the opinions that I give and the things that I say. I say them very often. Do you guys remember whenever I banned Tryhard because I thought it had racist connotations, and I banned Come On Bruh because I thought it had racist connotations? I was one of the first streamers to do that, while a lot of other streamers feigned ignorance. Even though every single time somebody said monkey, people put Tryhard.
I do have to say, though, I think Asmongold does have a point here. He has been on the forefront of most Twitch streamers. When he sees content, and especially emotes, being used in racist ways, he's one of the first to ban them. Even if those emotes are extremely popular, he's one of the first people that fucking ban them. Shaltiken, so I would say very similar to Asmongold. What you see here isn't just a character, but it is blown up, right? So my personality is far stronger when I stream than in real life. So if you knew me IRL, I'm quite quiet. I don't talk much. I prefer to listen. It's just sort of what I do, right? I prefer to listen. In a party, I'm very rarely going to be the life of the party. I'll be the guy sitting in the corner just watching everyone else because I find that very interesting. And I'm probably going to be far more relaxed, right? I'm not going to get as hyped up, but I'm still me, right? So the person that you see here is basically dialed up by about, let's say, 200%. But it's still, this is literally who I am. I'm exactly this always. Now, that's what Asmon means, I'm pretty sure, about this is not just the character. It is heightened. It's bigger because you're entertaining people, right? You're very aware that there's a camera and there's people waiting to be entertained. It doesn't mean, however, that it's not you. It's not like Dr. Disrespect. So, for example, if you look at Dr. Disrespect when he's in an interview versus Dr. Disrespect when he's not, when he's just streaming, it's very clear that this is a very different guy, right? Who Dr. Disrespect is on his channel, in his streams, is not the same as who he is when he's just not streaming.
I was one of the only people that was willing to call that out and say it for what it was. These people were just mad. A white man with a beard. Did we really expect anything else?
So now a fucking beard is bad as well? Shit. Alright.
Thank you.
The blows just keep coming, bro. The blows, so... Fuck me, what do beards have to do with this?
White lady with glasses. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your insight. Ugly ass. No
Wow.
Twitter profile picture. That's a brave man. He's a brave man. Let's say that. What a doofus, LMAO. I'll be participating. I'll only do it if all the only cool kids are doing it. See, these are the people that don't see the bigger picture. They don't see it. He got backlash because a lot of people who reviewed him as participating in these raids themselves. And yet here we are, pretending that we're shocked that a WoW streamer is a piece of shit. 300 of these tweets about me.
These people,
And I want to make sure
it's
you guys
a cult,
understand
dude.
something.
It's a fucking cult.
These types of negativity doesn't bother me at all. I don't really give a shit. I don't like it. I would prefer that it didn't happen. And I do care. But the level, on like a scale of 1 to 10, it's like a 2 or a 3. Everybody you know what? All these people could be tweeting about how I thought I fucked a dolphin last Thursday. Well, guess what? I didn't. Like, what am I going to get mad about that? Could I have to defend myself? No. I know it didn't happen. I know it's...
The number one thing to remember, always, is never apologize. Like, never apologize. I've said this before, I'll say it again. When the hate mob comes for you, you double down and you keep fighting. Never fucking apologize. As soon as you apologize, they will rip you to pieces. These people are like a fucking death cult, dude.
It's not true. But why didn't it happen? It wouldn't fit. And that's the kind of shit they're gonna take. They're gonna take that and turn that into being toxic, right? Like now it's gonna be Asmongold promotes bestiality. Yeah, that's what it is. Same guy who supports, says the guy who supports the kind of people doing hate raids. Twitch do better and ban his untalented ass. All right.
Untalented. The dude is one of the largest Twitch streamers in the world, and yet he's untalented. Like, explain to me how that happens. How do you become one of the largest streamers in the world, but you have no talent? It wouldn't be possible. It wouldn't be possible. Fucking stupid. The problem with some of these small streamers is they are entitled as fuck. All of these people, by the way, literally every single one of the people that retweeted this tweet, they're entitled. They feel entitled. They believe that they deserve what Asmongold worked for. And if they don't get what Asmongold worked for, then somehow it's Twitch's fault, right? Twitch is the reason that they're not getting the recognition that they deserve. It's like, oh my fuck, dude, just shut the fuck up and stop streaming. You're already dead. If you retweeted this and you're a streamer, you should stop streaming. You're not good enough.
Fully vaccinated dragon. All right, listen to this. Listen to this. Ban a hate raid. Ban me for not agreeing. Like, so this guy thinks that I agree with the hate raids. Like, all right, so
the logic is
this is
undeniable.
insane to me that these people do this. Now, hey, now check his bio. I don't know who the fuck this is. He probably like, listen, I'm gonna be honest. Like, if I see somebody that has like more than 2 or 3 different ways that they like identify themselves in their bio, I usually assume that they're boring. I assume that they are a boring person, because the only thing that they're talking about is that they're a this is what's about me. This is, oh, it's about me. It's about me. It's about me. They're self-centered. It's weird, man. I'm gonna respond to this individual. Okay, this person's going to
oof.
They're gonna get a response.
Oof.
You put a slash in your at me to avoid having me see your message. And you call me a coward. Let's see here. Also, please don't harass those who do stream. Except me. You're a clown.
He's a fucking hypocrite.
You're a hypocrite clown.
He is such a fucking hypocrite.
And you sit around here making hate threads about me.
See, this is the problem. They are so focused on being inclusive that they don't realize that they are the youth. And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, it's H's youth. They don't realize that they are the brown shirts. You see, these people have not yet realized that they're the brown shirts. Because this is what the brown shirts did. The brown shirts took they literally took his shall we say ideology, and they fucked everyone with it. Their own parents were thrown under the bus if they believed that their parents deserved it. These are the brown shirts.
Because I disagree with your slacktivism. You're pathetic. The worst kind of hypocrites, exactly. It's so sad for me to see this. It's so sad for me to see people like this that take a good cause and they build their ego around it, and they get angry about it, and they take anybody who disagrees with the cause. It's either
you know who I don't trust? I immediately distrust any tweets that come with a hashtag. I can't do hashtag tweets. Because it always feels like you're looking for attention when you do hashtags on Twitter. It's like, I just want people to notice me too. So I'll do hashtag a day off Twitch, so the people can see me too whenever that hashtag finally starts fucking trending. It's like, motherfucker, shut the fuck up. No one cares about your shitty takes, bro. If they did, you'd not be an average streamer. You too would have a contract that forces you to stream.
You're with us or you're against us. Nobody's going to be with you if you act like that. I wonder if he linked his Patreon. I'm sure once the tweet gets enough likes, he will. Here's the way I feel about it. Is like, I don't give a shit if people say this shit about me, but don't expect me to not respond. If you come at me, I will come back at you twice as hard. I want to give you a little bit of advice. The people who are the biggest moral crusaders, the people who are the most outspoken about these kind of things, are always the most toxic and the most hostile and the most vitriolic and the most vicious. And the reason for that is because they have deluded themselves into believing that nobody else can think differently than they can, or they are against them. These are the same people that will justify doing anything crazy because they're doing it in the name of what they believe to be justice. It used to be the church.
You see, this is, yeah, he's very correct there. This is, we could use the brown shirts, or we could use the Puritans, because this is exactly what happened with the Puritans, by the way. For those of you that don't know the story, the Puritans was a religious movement. It was a movement that basically crucified everyone eventually as a witch, right? And then they had these sort of weird movements where these weird beliefs, right? So if you did burn, you were like, if you did burn, you were innocent. If you didn't burn, you were a witch. So you're basically fucked either way, right? Doesn't matter what you do, you are fucking burning. This is the problem with these people. This is why I've always said guard against ideological beliefs. Guard against ideological beliefs. Ideology blinds people. It always blinds people. It turns you into a moron. Because if you get 100 people together, the average IQ is literally the equivalent of the dumbest person in the room. So just move away from any sort of ideological belief system and think critically about what it is that you want from this world and what you think is the best way to achieve that. Devoid of ideology.
The church used to do the exact same thing. And now that the church isn't popular, these people have replaced them. And they use their moral authority that they have self-appointed themselves to. And they use that as a bludgeon to hurt other people whenever they don't agree and fall directly in line.
True.
As I said, come up with a real solution. Come up with an actual way to solve the problem, and I'll be your champion. But I'm not going to just retweet a hashtag.
Actually, I'll add on to that and say, before you come up with an actual solution, highlight the actual problem. Like, don't just tell me systemic racism or some bullshit like that. I can't fight that. When you tell me this is systemic, what the fuck am I supposed to fight then? Like, show me the actual problem. So highlight the actual problem. Let's agree on what the actual problem is, and then we come up with a solution. The problem with half these people is they're coming up with solutions for these broad-based problems that it has no fix. There's no fix to be applied here. Also, and as we said before, these people seem to think there's a problem that doesn't actually exist. Because the problem isn't that bots are being utilized against minorities. Bots is the problem. Because I'm not a minority and I've been attacked twice by bots. So that makes it very weird, right? How the fuck did that happen to me? If I'm, if I'm not a minority, why did bots attack our channel twice already? It's just moronic.
You're wasting your own time. And nobody will care.
That's fucking insane to me, dude. I have to go. Thanks for talking to me, chat. Robostall, thanks for hanging out, dude. Really appreciate it. Take care of yourself, man. If all you can say is that the system is the problem, then your only solution is to become Zuval and destroy the universe. Truth. Because it isn't able fixing anything. It's only about power. When you realize that's all they want, what they do makes sense. True. True. It is sadly, that is exactly what it is, right? It's legitimately people who just want power. And they want power at all cost. It doesn't matter how they get that power. They just need that power. It's useless in helping individuals. It leaves out agency and self-determinism that is needed for change. Yeah, the porn bot attack on the Shield Sunday was interesting, though. YouTube has its own problems when it comes to bots, but yes, we've done that too. Right? We've been there too. I'm not religious or need to be in churches. If you are a true believer, churches are not needed. My church is inside my heart, burned in. I don't mind that. Need more coffee. Fingers on typewrite. I feel within the last 15 years, people have gotten too much free speech and to obtain not trigger or troll saying that. Sarah Grove, so I actually, I don't think there's ever such a thing as too much free speech. I would actually argue that we've had too little free speech. So we've basically had this world where only one side is allowed to speak. Look, at the end of the day, we're never going to find a fix for everything. Let's be very clear. The world is always going to have problems, right? Always. There's nothing you can do about that. It's humans. Humans are flawed, and they make mistakes, and they fuck up, and it's human nature. You're never going to be able to fix that. But all you can do, and this I truly believe from the bottom of my heart, the only thing you can do is to be the best possible person you can be. Don't tell others how to live their lives. It's got fuck all to do with you. Don't try and change other people's minds. Don't try and dictate to other people what they can and can't do, because it's not your job. You have no authority over another human being. All you can do is be the best person you can be, right? It's one of the reasons I have a community that is extremely diverse, because I don't judge anyone, right? I have love in my heart for every single human being. I don't give a fuck what you are, what you do, who you want to have sex with. That's your problem, not mine. Everyone is welcome here. I'm not trying to change anyone else because I have no moral authority over them. I have authority over myself and my own actions. And that's where it ends for me. My dad once wanted his South African minister friend to get me to pick a church, but we ended up agreeing that if it was legal, we would burn down the churches. That was not expecting that. Jesus. Did you see WoW had made an article about HR and Activision? Natives, I think we covered it last night, yes. From order over disorder, exactly. Tally mod banned my ass because I said I was still playing WoW. Really? Thinking is hard, that's why most people judge. Thinking is hard, that's why most people judge. Or is I love that fucking quote. Except dumbasses, apparently. Parascopic, what do you mean? What do you mean with accept dumbasses? I mean, I have no problem banning dumbasses. That is, as far as I'm concerned, one of my favorite things to do. Love in the heart for all humans, except dumbasses. Even dumbasses, I'm okay with, right? For still playing WoW, that he asks Licks to a degree. He does, actually. Banning people means having to look at appeals. This is great. I don't even know how I would do the appeal system. So I only ban people that I absolutely believe deserve it, right? Even people that attack me don't really get banned on the channel. Because I don't see the point in banning people like that. You know, so I'm very, it's very rare that I'll ban people through it for fun at some point. Yeah, but how would you even know? Like, how would you even know where can people appeal their ban? Bombay Show, how you doing, brother? I would say my chat is pretty fucking cool. I would say that I have a pretty cool chat. Degenerate as fuck, don't get me wrong. But I think it's a cool chat to be in. If someone got me to ban them, that would be it. There would be no appeals. I like this chat. There is enough diversity of thought to keep it good. Agreed, Tabby. Absolutely agree with that. I don't know, because sometimes you ban someone, but I have had bans in the past where it was there are times where we've banned people for misunderstandings, right? Someone says something, but this was long ago. This was like fucking 2-3 years ago, actually. But there's been times where you ban someone and it is just a misunderstanding. So that can happen, but I would say it's rare. Because the bar for banning someone is extremely high on this channel, right? You have to be a proper dick for me to even consider banning you. But it has happened. Like there has been times where I would just go to the mods and say, look, just fucking get rid of this guy. Can't deal with it. Otherwise you will be flooded with more bots. Bots get banned. Insta. Yeah, you'd be a super dick. That should get you banned. I think the only time we've actually banned people on the channel is when they're attacking other viewers. Like that's usually like quick ban, right? That's not even, we don't even have to discuss that. Oh, you're waiting for Gamescom? When is Gamescom? I haven't even checked. Yeah, racism we haven't had really, right? We've not really had anyone be racist in the channel. I think once. I think so. I've only ever seen you have someone banned on a YouTube stream where he was harassing a dev viewer of yours and making her super uncomfy. Yeah, that will guaranteed get you fucking that will guaranteed get you banned. Starts today, ends Friday, Gamescom that is. In 2 hours and 20 minutes. No, I'm going to the gym. I'm probably, like, I will watch it, but we'll probably watch it after the gym. I'll probably go live and we can watch some Gamescom. But I don't know what good is going to come out of it. Like, what games are you guys looking forward to coming from Gamescom this year? Blizz in Gamescom? Or is that just a stupid question? I don't know if Blizzard... I think Blizzard is there. I think Activision is there, right? Activision is a partner, but I don't know if Blizzard is going to be announcing anything there. On the Blizzard forums, I'm convinced that Blizzard will make an emergency announcement. Oh. They're probably going to try. Although I'd be very... It'd be strange. The reason I'm not going to like this Gamescom is it's again going to be one of those online ones, which is just so fucking boring, dude. You know, the ones where they have these pre-recorded videos of all the stuff that they're announcing now? Jetlag, the gym's been going really well. Like, the gym's been doing really fucking well. I am really enjoying it. The weight loss is fun as well, obviously. Elden Ring, if it shows up there. But we've already seen a lot from Elden Ring. What more can they possibly show us? Blizzard was smart. They'd lay low and work on their problems in-house. They have no business doing an event. Yeah, but they might be panicking. Made some kind of emergency distraction announcement. World of Warcraft Battle Royale. Line starts in half an hour. Does it start in half an hour? People said it's starting in 2.5 hours. Zent, how you doing? Welcome to the first time chat, dude. Really appreciate it. Article alleges the Blizz was destroying HR. Method Roll, yes. We covered it last night. And we spoke about it a little bit today as well. Do you ever stream Final Fantasy? I do, Cynical. We streamed Final Fantasy for the last week and a half. And if I get back from the gym and I'm not too fucking tired, I'll probably come back and stream more Final Fantasy tonight. Shit, Jetlag, I'm sorry to hear that. Good, good. First time catching you live. I mostly watch your YouTube stuff. Zent, happy to have you here, bro. Very happy to have you here. I think rumors of Blizz being dissolved is true. You think so, Shadow Grove? I don't think that. So my problem with the Blizzard dissolution or the devolution of Blizzard is why it's gonna cost so much money, right, to dissolve Blizzard Entertainment and make a new company called Activision Insight. Like, everything has to change, right? All of the logos, all of their games, everything have to change. I don't see that happening. I genuinely don't. Fabian, the question is, do they have anything to announce at Gamescom? Dabble, I couldn't agree with that because I would never play the WoW mobile pet game. So for me, it would not garner any forgiveness whatsoever. I don't think Blizzard would be dissolved. It's too expensive, and it's not needed. Blizzard just needs to fucking fly right. If they dissolve Blizzard, I feel like that's gonna cost them more subscribers than it's actually gonna bring in. A corporate accounting firm that specialized in corporate takeovers and dissolution, that would be the stupidest decision they could make. Maybe something regarding Classic, like fresh servers, phase 2. If Blizzard announces anything right now, it would have to be something huge, right? It'd have to be something major. And I don't think fresh Classic servers is going to be the announcement that Blizzard is going for. Blizzard is going to wait until they have something epic to announce. Like something huge to announce. That's when they'll make an announcement. Can you fucking imagine Blizzard comes out and they announce WoW 2 at Gamescom? Can you imagine that? Like, that'd be huge. That'd be big. Blizzard came out and said, right, ladies and gentlemen, and now, what you've all been waiting for. World of Warcraft 2. People would be so mad and say they're just trying to cover up. Well, true, but at the same time, it would get everyone talking about something else. They would stop playing WoW. WoW 1.0, server shut down live. Sure, but not going to happen. Maybe something regarding Classic, like fresh servers phase 2. Favren, you've already wrote that, and I've already responded to it. I don't know why. Okay, quick question. How many of you would stop playing World of Warcraft if Blizzard announced WoW 2? We go to another MMO. Can I ask why? I feel if they did not have systems on systems, then yeah, I give it a go. Depends if Sylvanas is in WoW 2. Of course it does. Lady Survival, how you doing? Totally depends on what WoW 2 is for sure. Already dropped stuffed sub. If I can carry over my characters and all their stuff, I would play it. You'd probably not be able to in a WoW 2. If Blizzard ever announced the WoW 2, they would put WoW 1 into maintenance mode, where you can still play it and still have your characters, but the new game would be where all the new shit happens. The end game people wouldn't. And WoW 2 should have not the same shit systems like WoW 1. For me, a lot of WoW is tied to character history. A new WoW wouldn't appeal as much. You see, the thing for me is a WoW 2 would just be an exciting idea. I would be excited by it. The sink cost fallacy. It depends if they announce WoW 2, but with bonuses for people playing WoW, I would continue. Wait. Oh, Favren, you can't link stuff. You can't do links. I don't know why it thought that you did links, but the bot is very fucking serious about links. It should be StarCraft, not Warcraft. I think the Warcraft IP is strong enough that it could support a WoW 2. I don't know if the StarCraft IP is fleshed out enough to support an MMO. I wouldn't mind playing a StarCraft MMO. Let's just be clear about that. I would not mind it. But I do think there's going to be some limitations to a StarCraft. Depends if they announced WoW 2, but with bonuses for people playing WoW, I would continue playing. But if they announced WoW just like an additional game, I would think it through. The first option was when Arena.net announced Guild Wars 2. Oh, I get what you mean. All right, I'm following what you're saying. Play World of StarCraft, true. Was AFK when you asked about WoW 2 would bring people back? I would have to say that I would wait and see how it was first before I came back. At this point, I have no interest. No one I know who I was friends with play anymore, and I find absolutely no enjoyment in playing by myself in WoW. I would say I'm in very much the same boat. I have very few friends that actually play World of Warcraft, and those that I am friends with that still play World of Warcraft have their own guilds and do their own shit. So for me, there's just not much reason to play WoW. The balance issues of Zerg as a playable race in MMO. My normie friends would play it for a month, then go away. Also, if it's just graphical overhaul and engine improvements, I couldn't care less. No, I think if it's WoW 2, it's going to be a fundamentally reworked game, right? I don't think a WoW 2 announcement would go well in any way, because it's like Overwatch 2 then, right? It's basically just a graphic update. Who gives a shit about that? It's why I don't understand why people get so excited for Overwatch 2. Like, I genuinely do not see the excitement. What even is the point of that? Cataclysm, as good as Cataclysm could have been, it had some fundamental flaws that came to bite them in the ass later down the road. Let's see, and I'll play again. If Blizzard could do a WoW 2, taking lessons from Final Fantasy, I would be very excited. But again, I don't think a WoW 2 is necessary. I don't think Blizzard needs a WoW 2. I think if Blizzard just took some lessons from Final Fantasy with the next expansion would be great and people would love playing it. I wasn't even hyped for Overwatch 1, to be frank. So yeah, I'm definitely not hyped for Overwatch 2. Overwatch 1 players can play Overwatch 2 PvP stuff still, just not PvE or so. Blazene remake in Kata was pretty fun. It needed that Vashir rate though. The mistake that Blizzard made during Cataclysm, as far as I'm concerned, the mistake that Blizzard made was to tie the entire revamp of the world to Deathwing destroying the world. Because that effectively meant that the entire world, the original world of World of Warcraft, is tied to an old expansion that no longer matters. If you go to the old story in classic WoW, what you get now is the Cataclysm story, which doesn't matter, right? The story is over and done with. So you're learning about portions of history that has nothing to do with modern day WoW. Cataclysm's reset should have been more neutral so that Classic would always be viable as a place to play in. listen to their customer feedback and start being 50-50. The we all tell what you want attitude. Shadow Grove, Blizzard needs, if there's one thing Blizzard needs to overall, more than a WoW 2, is their player relations. Blizzard needs to figure out how to befriend their players. Because right now, it seems like they have no fucking idea. I don't know. We'll probably have to fucking wait and see. Too many players that doesn't like each other. Ooh, wow. Yeah, but that can be fixed again. I mean, Mr. GM had this tweet. Let me quickly show you guys. So this is a new thing that's now happening for a lot of people. Wow. Okay, look at this. This is just next level. Mr. GM gets attacked because he didn't make a video about the lawsuit. This is what I'm talking about. These are those people who it's so fucking disgusting. So because he didn't play by your rules, right? The rules that you've made in your own fucking mind, by the way, he's now disgusting. Mr. GM almost never partakes in negativity. Never. I've never seen Mr. GM partake in negativity. And yet, raging on me when I tell them, wow, isn't that bad? I got even banned in from Charlie's chat. I hear a lot of people now. The guy can't even spell right. Send the troll back under the bridge where he belongs. People crack me up. They're fucking morons. But, so I wanted to show you guys this. Mr. GM tweeted this out. It seems like every WoW player is now getting this. World of Warcraft is an online game that includes interactions with other players. When? Where's this interaction with other players that they're talking about? Please be cautious and do not share personal information with people you do not know. As well, please be mindful of our community interaction policies and report any harassment, abusive behavior, or chat, or other conduct intended to undermine or disrupt the game. What does it matter? Like, genuinely, what does it matter? Because we report these things and nothing ever fucking happens. Nothing ever happens to those people. So Blizzard, this is not enough. This is not enough. It's a good step, right? But unless you're going to be able to enforce this bit, unless you're actually able to enforce your own rules, the game is going to continue to be toxic. This is their answer to solving toxicity in World of Warcraft, by the way. A message that tells people to be nice. That's not how you solve toxicity. You solve toxicity by actually taking action against those people that is being toxic. That's how you solve it. They're saying that they are going to review them. So I'd like to see the staffing. Simon Raven, me too. Me fucking too. Because for some people, Shadow, for some people, the sort of their entire worldview is implicated by a consistent activist mindset, right? Or as Asmongold coined it, slacktivist mindset. According to them, you should live your life constantly on edge. You should always live your life constantly on edge. That's just a fact. That's life, right? Whenever something happens, you should immediately jump on it and you should not let go. I've been attacked for this. People saying that I'm being a hypocrite and being dishonest because I no longer cover the lawsuit stuff for Blizzard Entertainment. I'm like, what do you want from me? I made a video. I said that there's a lawsuit. I'm done talking about it now. I've no reason to keep talking about it. There's nothing that I can do to change it. I don't give a fuck. I'm done. That's it. You don't get anything else out of me. It's just over. And not the media. This is just, I mean, Blizzard isn't going to follow up on this. I have reported so many bots in my life just to see the same fucking bots continue doing what they're doing. I've reported racists just to see those racists literally the next day still doing what they're doing. Blizzard bans no one. They take action against no one. So simply saying we'll take action. When? When are you taking this fucking action? Who's now gonna have to start working overtime just to do the things that you say they should be doing? Veraco, but to continue to report on the same news does no one any good. You did your part. People are trying to virtue signal yet again, coming at you and others who are going on about their business. The thing is, I have a lore channel. I have a fucking lore channel, right? I don't really deal with real life situations on my channel, nor do I want to. No point in beating a dead horse. Well, I could make money off of it, right? Those videos do incredibly well. If I make any video now about negativity in World of Warcraft, I will instantly make crazy amounts of money, like get really good views. I just choose not to. Shadow Grove, I've seen that happen to a friend of mine as well, who's also dyslexic, who was also basically just trying to tell his group, and he got absolutely fucking hammered because he couldn't type the words correctly. And this dude is actually a fucking engineer, right? He's a full-blown mechanical engineer, so he's not stupid. He's just dyslexic. It happens, and nothing happened to the people that made fun of him. No one gave a shit. So this is just Blizzard, right? So I love your channel. I came here firstly for the lore. I enjoy these types of streams as well, but the lore is what brought me here. Lindsay, I'm happy to hear that. The latest in Blizzard HR have been caught destroying evidence. Yes, we covered that. I am well aware of Blizzard's bullshit. Oh, excuse me. I'm well aware of Blizzard's bullshit. And it's just another Blizzard now hiding evidence of how bad they are. Basically doing what they did with the BFA beta forums, right? If we delete it, there's just nothing bad, right? So we'll delete the beta servers, the beta forums, and then we can pretend that no one said anything bad about BFA. That's some big brain shit there. It is sad that new players or returning players cannot experience the whole lore because some content was deleted from the game. Let's not even talk about the things that I find sad in World of Warcraft, because there's a ton of things that I find sad in World of Warcraft. There's no WOD. There's no WOD was bad in World of Warcraft. What do you mean, Bombay? The BFA was just overall beta. It was overall beta, but the actual beta servers where we told Blizzard, I even made a forum post in beta outlining all of the faults and the mistakes in BFA that they have to fix before the game goes live, and all of that got deleted. Like, the entire forum just got deleted, so that no one could point to the forums and say, hey, we warned you about this. And then, of course, you constantly get the line from Blizzard Entertainment, guys, you have to give us constructive criticism. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? We're giving you constructive criticism, and then you just delete the server. So what kind of criticism do you want? Myself, and was wiped for no reason. I'm still mad that they busted up the world from Deathwing. Ultimately, the smart thing they could do is bring you, Asmund Balila, Preach, etc. into a meeting with the Blizz executives and hear what you all have to say about the state of the game and how to fix it. I would take that, actually. If Blizzard reached out to me and said, hey, we'd like to set up a Discord meeting. We want to hear from you what we can do to make the game better, I would be happy to help. I wouldn't even charge money for it. I'd be happy to sit there for 2 hours and run through every single problem that the game has and how that can be fixed. City to this day. I'm unsure about a lot of things that's been removed, to be fair. Shalzikins, that's true. Although, again, we're dealing with humans, and humans are always going to be, sadly, just, you know, not perfect, right? Brandis and Coke, thank you for the follow, dude. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They would have to hire you forever? No, I wouldn't take that deal. Right? I would not have that deal. I wouldn't work for Blizzard. I would give them advice, but I would not fucking work for them. There's just no way. I like doing what I'm doing. I don't want a job with Blizzard. I never started doing this so that I could get a job with a gaming company. I started doing this because I like doing it. I like making YouTube videos. I like streaming. That's it. One kind of thing that's funny that a lot of people are saying, it's all Activision destroying WoW and Blizz, and it's Blizz themselves that's shooting themselves in the foot. I'm sort of in two minds about the whole, is it Activision or is it Blizzard? Because I think that it's as much Blizzard as it is Activision. I don't think we can just blame Activision. I think just blaming Activision is wrong. Because I don't think Activision is primarily the reason for the failures of Blizzard. Because Activision just wants Blizzard to make money. That's it. They just care about the money. I don't think Activision gives a fuck about how that money is made. They just want the money to be made, right? At least that's my thinking. I don't even know if there's a lot of good people. I think there are more people that work at Blizzard Entertainment that is just there for the paycheck. I think there's a lot of people at Blizzard Entertainment that is legitimately just there for the paycheck. It's all they do. They come in every day, they want their paycheck, and then they fuck off. They couldn't care less about, you know, about the actual game. From a fresh team too. New heads there and new thinking would help the game. Now go out there and make us some goddamn money. As a complete true echo, Activision wants Blizzard to make more money. Someone, yes, but more money isn't specifically them saying we want these specific things in the game, right? Pocket Chips, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For me, part of the problem is that each X-Pack is treated like a separate story instead of flowing together as one continuing saga, which to me, it should be since it's still the same game. Lekker, welkom, hoe gaan het? So, Mythendrol, we've had this discussion before, right? But Blizzard have fundamentally forgotten what the word expansion actually means, right? When you say expansion, it means that it expands the game. For Blizzard, an expansion removes from the game. It just replaces everything that came before. So Blizzard's expansions aren't actually expansions, they're extractions. Or detractions, even. I love how FF handles that, where each X-Pack is an expansion, not a new game. Which is why it should be, but it isn't, right? Push the button to take money. That's my mantra at work. Push what button, though? I mean, at the end of the day, we can talk about this till we're fucking blue in the face, and it's not going to change anything, right? We just have to hope that Blizzard learns from all of this and that they start to do better. That's sort of the only thing we can hope for, right? Is that Blizzard learns and that they want to do better. And I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Sadly, that's not true. They need to stop adding systems only to remove them at the next pre-patch. Come on. The issue is not even just... It used to be that every expansion would replace things from the previous expansion. Nowadays, it's actually every patch removes things from the previous patch. That's where we are now. It should take hints from ESO and Final Fantasy and others on how to develop a storyline. The only way they'll take hints is when they finally realize that those games have overtaken them. Based on what I've heard, Blizzard still sort of believes that they that they are the only MMO company in the world. So it doesn't seem like Blizzard is interested in changing. After the sexual assault scandal, I'm very sure the higher up gonna rain down hell on the Blizzard devs. But Coke, it's possible, right? But let's not forget that Bobby Kotick himself have been involved in sexual harassment lawsuits, right? So it could just be that they're gonna do what is needed to get the government off their backs. Is that gonna result in actual change? I don't know. Like that, I can't really say. Depends on the shareholders. Consider WoW to be relevant for the brand image or just a cash cow? The shareholders just see it as a cash cow. I mean, that's what shareholders do, right? I own shares in a bunch of companies, and I couldn't give two fucks what those companies do. I couldn't give two fucks. All I care about is that my stocks keep growing, right? I'm assuming most shareholders are exactly the same as I am. Like, to be clear, some of the companies that I own stocks in, I don't even know what happens in their day-to-day shit. I don't know. I don't care. Just make money. Man, you got the news about HR destroying evidence related to... I did. Oh, man. I did. We covered that. I realize it's a big story for everyone, so I'll probably be making a video on that for the main channel. After this. Plop Tot, thank you very much for the follow. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We covered it last night, actually, Omen. But I'll make a video when I get back from the gym. And then, because I feel like that's probably big enough that it should warrant a video on the main channel. All I can say, though, is... Blizzard is making it very hard to be a WoW content creator at the moment. Because it doesn't matter what you put out, Blizzard fucks it up faster than what you can put out any type of content. They are just hell-bent on destroying this game and its community. And say, oh, for fuck's sake. The life-saving medication? Shit. At least you're not covering Star Wars? Hey, there's people that want me to play Star Wars. There's people that want me to try Star Wars. The shit. They're a video game company. Just shut up and make good games. I like that idea as well. Just give me a good fucking game, right? That's all I care about. It's all I care about. Just make a good game. I don't care about anything else. Legacy when it comes out? Yes. I will be playing Hogwarts Legacy. That game looks cool. Looks like it looks like a game that I could lose some hours in. Let's see if I can fool someone like this. Well, everything right. Gamescom just showed new WoW content. Holy hell, that looks amazing. Lies. Blizzard keeps pouring gasoline on the dumpster fire while this is paying raw sewage scented air freshener. It's fucking horrible, dude. I'm here trying to put out videos, right? And Blizzard is over there going, let's see how hard we can make it for content creators to keep putting out videos. Let's just keep doing bad shit. And it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, bro. I just want to make my YouTube content. I don't want to have all this shit. Hey man, my wife was so stoked about D2 Race for Switch, but since the lawsuit and me being her news update, she's like, to hell with Blizzard games. There's a lot of people like that. Ullman. Recently started playing it again. Turn off the general chat and it's a great single player RPG. Alright. I cannot put that any better myself. And then Blizzard act surprised that their reaction is like it is. They're always going to act surprised because they have no control. They have zero contact with their player base. So Blizzard is always going to be fucking surprised. Always. How many people in the chat still play World of Warcraft? Or any Blizzard game for that matter? Because I know there's a lot of you that stopped playing WoW, but I would like to know how many still play it. Why are you scared to leave it? All right, there seems that there is still quite a few people that still play. Oh, Yennefer, try Final Fantasy. Just try it. Mythic rating, it's the only thing that keeps me there. It used to be the only thing that kept me in WoW too, but I stopped Mythic rating like fucking 3 years ago. Oh yeah, I seen it all too. I'm just had a burnout and taking my break. Feels good, but still trying to stay up to date with Blizzard drama. Break the cord. I played it for 4 years and I've done almost all the content in that game. I just got bored being an ultimate raider. I'll watch my daily PvP stress relief. No waiting for them to add straight back to normal trolls. Which you tried again. But 90% are diverged in Final Fantasy. I want to try Final Fantasy, but the system won't recognize my username and password. Fuck. Just done with WoW. I need a few years. I still focus on the lore for World of Warcraft, but I don't play anymore. I don't play any other any other Blizzard games at the moment. I have other games that I'm sort of focusing on right now that I'm having actual fun in, like Final Fantasy. I've been no-lifing Final Fantasy, like absolutely fucking no-lifing it. It's an incredible feeling. Are you going to play Diablo 2? Yes, I will be playing Diablo 2 Resurrected when it launches, yes. Videos with friends, couple evenings a week for fun, though I mostly play ESO online. Alright. Alright, I'm here for lore mostly, out of curiosity and legacy. Well, as long as you guys enjoy the lore, I'll keep fucking making videos about it. Because I like the lore. I still find the lore very exciting and very interesting. I've played ESO before. I find Final Fantasy better. Final Fantasy to me is just, it's like the most complete game I've ever played in my life. Genuinely having the time of my life in Final Fantasy. Friends trying to pull me back to EverQuest, but I really don't want to ruin my lift again. Started playing Final 14 when the news about Blizz hit, and I have 14 days played right now. Man, you'll lose your life in that game. That was the only good thing left to WoW. Now they want and screwed that up as well. I wouldn't say the lore is screwed up. The lore is just a little bit fucking broken at the moment. Like, it's just a little bit fragmented, but it's not screwed up yet. What share are you? In Final, can do something. I'm on EU. I'm on the EU servers, but I can't remember. Spriggan, I think? I think I'm on Spriggan. Nightmare of the Wolf. No, what's that? What is your favorite? One or more features of Final Fantasy 14? Currently, I have to say the MSQ. I haven't done many of the other features, but I will say the MSQ. If I had to be pushed for something deeper, I would have to say the job system. I think the job system is absolutely fucking insane. I think the job system is unreal. It's animated, but what animation is it? Thumb1, thank you for the Prime sub, dude. Really appreciate that. 8 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If it's an animation series, why would I watch it? Instead of the game for the last couple of expansions, but I just don't like what they're doing with the story anymore. I know you won't watch it. Nightmare of the Wolf is the Witcher animated TV series focused on Vesemir. Oh. Fuck, that puts me in a tough spot. Because I love The Witcher. Jesus, are I gonna try the second anime ever? I've watched one anime so far and I absolutely loathed it. It was the new Resident Evil one. I fucking loathed that anime. But now it's a Witcher anime. I'm probably gonna have to try and give it a go. Oh, yeah, Yennefer. In my mind, everything that is animated is anime. I am incredibly ignorant of what weeaboos like. So everything that I don't like is weeaboo. Baroscopic, I won't be able to watch the trailer. They fucking copyright strike that shit so quickly now that it would be quite dangerous to try and watch it. And no one knows at the moment what's going on with Twitch's copyright strike system, and YouTube's copyright strike is even worse. I'm waiting for Arc animated series. Why does everyone want to get me into animes? I don't get this. Why can't we just agree that anime sucks? I don't get why everyone wants me to get into anime. Does not suck? Bite your tongue, sir. Anime does suck. Anime doesn't suck. There's different genres. Gonna buy you an anime body pillow? No thanks. No thanks. I'm okay. I don't look, fuckers. I'm telling you now. I'm never gonna get into anime. Never gonna get into anime. It's just never gonna happen. I'm also very resistant to cartoons. I'll watch some cartoons, but I am resistant to them for the most part. More the type on Final Fantasy from Akalon. Hold on. Final Fantasy is brilliant. Can't do the ooh anime, but merely an animated property isn't the same at all. I don't find myself connected to the characters in animation stories. That's the biggest problem. I can't find that connection. Minfilia body pillow? We may talk. Because everyone knows that Minfilia is waifu. Everyone knows that. Minfilia is like the ultimate waifu. Right? But outside of Minfilia and Sylvanas, I think people should calm the fuck down. Give them I can want some anime goodies. No thanks. Tifa is also fucking bae. I'll say that. Okay, so I will give Final Fantasy Tifa, and I'll give them Minfilia. Because I genuinely believe that Minfilia is waifu. I can trust no one that doesn't put Minfilia at the top of the waifu meter. Different from even 3D, because you don't seem to have a problem with janky 3D WoW animations for in-game cinematics. No, but that's game cinematics. It's different. Dress race with boobs for Minfilia. Final Fantasy 14 is very anime looking to me. It looks anime, but it actually isn't. It's a very good game. Yustola is fine, but Yustola is not Minfilia. Like, I mean, come on, guys. Like, fuck me. Are we seriously gonna have to go through this? Like, are we really gonna have to go through this? Like, just look at her. Just look at her. How can you not like Minfilia? Absolute bae, bro. Absolute fucking bae. Sorry, but this girl is just too fucking hot. Minfilia is just too fucking hot, bro. I don't know how people can't like Minfilia. This is the kind of girl that you wife almost instantly. You're saying you don't like movies? There is something for everyone, but anime is weird and sometimes it will take a while. I'm probably never going to get into it, and I'm okay with that. Body pillow of Sid, the Minfilia? No thanks. I would not feel comfortable. Yida is also, like, I'd say Yida is hot as well. I could see how people could wife Yida as well. So Ida, yeah, Ida could be wifed as well. Like, look at that. She's hot as shit as well. No, I'm not. I'm still not a weeb. Literally the same thing about Final Fantasy in the past, and look at you now. Yes, but I'm not going to get into anime. I've tried anime. I have fucking tried anime. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I tried Final Fantasy, and I loved it. That's the difference. Plus, Final Fantasy is a game. It's not a fucking movie. But I'll give The Witcher one a go, and I'll be fair. All right? How about that? Can we agree on that? I will give The Witcher anime a go. I'll be fair about it. I'll go into it with an open mind, and I'll try it out. And I'll tell you on Twitter if I like it or not. I've heard that. Do you remember you were recommended to watch? Oh, for fuck's sake, there's been many. Recommended, there's been many. Have I watched any of them? No. Anyways, guys, I can't keep talking about this anime shit. I have to go to the gym. You guys are keeping me busy with Minfilia, and while I would love to wife this bitch, that's not happening anytime soon because she's not real. And so we can't keep talking about this crap. I have to go to the gym now. 2D that bother you? Where's the disconnect? Periscopic, I genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't know. It's just, I watch an anime and I don't feel the same connection that I get with a real movie, right? That's sort of the problem. I don't feel a connection. I never get really invested in the characters. So, for those of you that might be interested, I might be back later tonight. All depends on how tired I am after the gym. If I'm not too tired, I'll probably stream again later tonight. So in about 3-4 hours from now, we'll be back on. If not, I'll see all of you back here tomorrow. What day is it today? It's Wednesday. All right, so I'll see all of you back here tomorrow for another stream. Yeah? So ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourselves. Be kind to each other. Be good to each other. Remember to take care of yourselves. And as always, I'll see all of you in the next one. Peace out, fam.